I'm doing something that for me is really just a full circle moment. About a year ago, I embarked on my YouTube journey, and I had no idea where that was going to take me. I didn't know if anyone was going to watch. I didn't know if I was going to quit after a couple months. But I will say that in this year, oh, I will say that in this year though, it has completely changed my life in more ways than I ever expected. And so, in this live stream, not only do I want to kind of talk through what led to this channel, what did I do over the last year, but I also want to talk about what we're doing ahead. And so, this offers me the opportunity to kind of just talk through some things with you all. And then also, if you guys have questions about the channel, about where we are, where we were, and I guess where we're going, this is my way of interacting with you from that. And so, I guess the most important thing I want to do is start back with why did it all start? And so some of you all may know my journey that I actually started on Instagram. And I'm a huge Timex collector. I absolutely Timex watches. And that's the story that we can talk about a little bit more later as well. But in my collection journey, I've always been super interested in the story. How do I share the story of everyday collectors? How do I share the story of watches with people? And in that process, I thought Instagram was going to be the way. And so my original Instagram name was actually Timex Tales 1854. Obviously, I'm a Timex collector. The Tales was about the stories that I wanted to highlight, and 1854 was just in reference to the year that Timex was founded. And if you actually go back to my Instagram page, you'll see early on that I had some pretty long, detailed captions, trying to do some storytelling in that way. And it was great, and I was able to build a lot of great friends and build a good community. I realized that wasn't where the audience who wanted to listen to long stories actually were. And so from there, I said I had to come up with something new, a different way. And I was super nervous, but I said I'm going to take the step into getting into YouTube. And if you watch it, I'm sorry. If you look at some of those earlier videos, like I definitely had no idea what I was doing. My first video, I think I'm pretty sure I was in like pajama bottoms. It was incredibly cringeworthy. But the thing that I'm proud of is that I took the step. And you'll see if you kind of look at the dates that I took that step. I was glad that I did, but I realized there was so much more that I needed to learn, so much more that I needed to grow and understand about myself. And so I actually took a couple months off to just kind of like, what am I doing? And a lot of that was also just the fear. Because when you're watching, the Maxes, the Teddys, the Nikos, you see a standard that is so high. And I realized like I was not yet at that standard. And so I went through some of that imposter syndrome and eventually I kind of got back into it. And then that led to kind of where we are today. And so after eventually getting into a better schedule, getting to the better rhythm, and trying to find what is my voice, I'm still on the journey of trying to figure out exactly what that looks like. But I think that I've gotten a lot closer over the last year. I've also been able to produce a lot more consistent content. If you've been subscribed to the channel, you'll start to realize that I try to consistently have at least 2 shorts a week and at least one long video, and sometimes 2 long videos, just depending on what's going on in my life. And I want to continue that rhythm, but there will be some changes in the year ahead, and I'll talk a little bit more about that later. But that is where we kind of started. And as we continued on the journey, I definitely learned a lot and got to build a lot of incredible connections with so many people. Some of you all who might be in the chat built some great connections with you guys as well as some other content creators across the YouTube space. And so in that, I've definitely learned a lot and trying to figure out how to make things my own. So one of the things you may or may not have noticed about the channel is that I actually don't do a lot of watch reviews to be a watch YouTube channel. And I have some videos that kind of talk about that, but generally speaking, I love watches, but some of it is the imposter syndrome of like, hey, am I actually going to be good enough to do these reviews? And some of it is it's hard for me to review a watch because every watch has something good in it. Every watch has something beautiful in it. And so like I hate negative reviews. Absolutely despise them. Not because they're not undeserving, but it's just like, hey, like you don't know what that watch means to someone else. And so I would hate to just poop on a watch and it end up being the one that was your grail or the one that someone gifted you for a wedding. So like I've struggled with like how do I tell watch reviews in my own style, in my own way. And I think that anyone who's looking to get into content creation, whether it be watches, whether it be books or, comic books, whatever you're into, you do have to find a way to, make it your own. And for me, I think it's important to make it positive, to make it something that people actually want to watch and enjoy, because in the world there's so much negativity right now. And I think that I want, when people come here to Wrist on Wow and they see me, I don't want them to think of negativity. I want them to think of something exciting, think about something they can enjoy, and just think about, the hope that's ahead. Which is, by the way, if you're watching this live, Happy New Year. And speaking of that, let me see who we got in the chat. I got a couple people. Happy New Year. Good day. Good to see you, my man from Down Under. Um, Hey, I'm glad to start giving the Timex shout outs in your collection. The Noah is such a good one. And yeah, so by the way, if you're in the chat, please, drop a comment so that I can see you in there. Make sure you like the video, heart it for later on for the next audience. And uh, some of the other things I kind of want to show you guys and kind of just talk through is what has happened in the channel in the last year, and what does that mean? And so a lot of people don't actually get to see this, and I'm gonna see if I can actually. I'm using a new streaming service, so let me see if I can get you guys right. Open, boom, boom. I want you to be able to see what I see, and so right now I want you guys to be able to see what does it look like in a year of Wrist Unwound content? What is going on in the channel so that you guys have some awareness? So one of the things that I'm incredibly proud of that over the last year is being able to get to 694,000 views. That is a huge deal for me because, like, that's more than a major city. And it's been incredibly impressive, and I'm very excited to have that. But the stat that I find a lot more important, and you can kind of see how much money I made there, but is the watch time hours. Being able to get to 21,000 watch hours to me was such a huge accomplishment, because when you think about how important time is, and for someone to be willing to spend their time with you, and like that to me is a big deal. And you can see, early on, not a lot. And as time went on, we've definitely improved, and we've gotten a lot better in recent months. Now, one of the things too, talk about subscribers. You can tell it has taken me a long time to kind of get those things off the ground. I usually only get a couple subscribers a day. So if you are subscribed, it means the world. And if you share this with someone, have them subscribe, that also means a lot. But really, a lot of my growth as a channel has really happened in the last 90 days, really. So we're at 4.7K followers. In the last 90 days, we've gotten 2.6K of that. So almost half of the people who follow the channel have happened in the last 90 days. And one of the things that a lot of people are actually interested in, and I'll be completely transparent with it, is revenue. People wonder, like, hey, how much money do you make as a YouTuber? You'll see here that in the last year, I've technically made $2,200 making YouTube videos. But with that, I gotta share some other things. So, while I've made $2,200 on YouTube, I have spent much more in all the things of production. I actually was like preparing all of my documents, just trying to like plan ahead for the next year. I basically won't go into all the details, but I basically spent about a Rolex worth in the last year. So if you're looking into becoming a watch YouTuber, I will say that it is not necessarily the most profitable of professions. Luckily, I still have my day job, and my wife has hers as well, because if not, I would be going broke. But I typically am spending I spend several $100s a month to maintain the channel, and what that looks like for me is I don't do the editing for my videos because I'm a husband, I'm in school working on my master's degree, trying to spend time with my family and my two daughters, and I'm also doing some other projects on the side, which we'll talk a little bit more about later, but I just don't have the time to edit the videos. And so I actually have two editors. I also have an administrative assistant who does a lot of the work to help me get everything uploaded. And yeah, so I'm spending a lot more than I'm making, but for me, people have hobbies, you know what I mean? Some people like to go fishing, some people like to go shooting, and for me, I enjoy the process of creating YouTube content, and so, yeah, I spend all my money on that. It's another reason why too I don't buy a lot of luxury watches, because I could buy a watch or I can pay for my editor for the month. And so I typically, pay for the editor for the month. Now, there's also some benefits of that. I do get to work with brands, and so I do typically get a lot of like watch straps. I have gotten some gifts from a couple from Timex and from a couple other brands. So I am getting that, but definitely not the most profitable of assignments if that's what you're looking into. And speaking of, let me go ahead and take a look at the comments and see what kind of questions you guys have, and just make sure I'm filling in. So, yes, the best part of collecting is the conversations by far. Absolutely love those, and that's the reason why I'm here. Ooh, my audio is messing up. Let's see. Where's my audio coming from? That's the. Oh, that is weird. So my audio right now is not coming from my microphone the way it's supposed to. Huh. L- Let me know if the audio is a little bit better now. Um, but yeah, that is actually kind of weird. I don't know why the settings there is not working. Let me know if the audio is a little bit better now. Please let me know. Think the devil probably get my iPod. Yes, definitely. I've tried to be incredibly consistent. I try to always engage. I try to answer every single comment when possible. But it's working on it. The Marine M1A definitely had a huge effect on helping the channel. That was one of the first videos that kind of helped spark getting a lot more interest back into the channel. That's my first short video to ever go over 10K, and I think it's at 20K. So that's been a really big deal. And honestly, one of the most important things that actually helps the channel is actually like you guys' engagement, you guys' comments, you guys liking when you guys hype videos. One of the things that's really impressive about the community that we're building here at Wrist Unwound is the actual engagement. Our engagement numbers are just as high, if not higher, than our channels that are 5 times, 10 times bigger. And so for that, I am incredibly thankful to each and every one of you so much. Yeah, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much. Maxina, good to see you. Good to see you. A1 since day one. Short form my son makes about after doing his videos or at least 30 minutes. Wow, man, it's cool to know that your son's also into this, and that's awesome. I feel like gaming is also like a very hard niche to like separate from and like to make money in. So, uh, okay. And then you say the sound is better. I do want to know why my fancy mic's not working. Uh, this is my first time using Riverside, and so I don't really know why it is the way that it is, but okay, we will we will ride it out, and I will continue to learn as I go across this journey. One of the reasons I'm actually switching to Riverside, and I'll give you an early look into preview for next year, is I wanted to create a format that allowed other people to start joining in on the live streams. And so, if any of you would like to join, let me know in the comments down below, and I will actually send you a link, and you can hop on the live with me, and we can kind of engage. But we could talk about what the channels mean to you. What are your thoughts about moving ahead? But that's one of the reasons why I am trying to do something a little bit different and moving ahead, looking for the year to come. Let's also take a look. What was the other things I wanted to talk to you guys about? So, what talked about a lot of why I started. We talked about the numbers, and then let's talk about some of the content that went well and did not go necessarily as well as I wanted. So we'll start with some of the things that didn't go well. One of For one, I like to organize all my videos into different playlists. I think it just makes it easier for me to understand what's going to happen, and then it makes it easier for you guys as viewers just to understand, hey, when you see a red box, that's a review. When you see a blue box, it's a story. If it's a purple box, it's a conversation. And so I appreciate being able to quickly look at a video, know what it's about. And so I hope you guys appreciate that too. I don't know if you guys have actually noticed that or not, but like that is one of the reasons why my thumbnails look a little bit different. Hopefully it makes it stand out, makes it easier for you guys to see. One of the series that did not do well at all, absolutely tanked, was it was called Time Twisters. And it was a series in which I talked about different types of brands
and how they compared in different categories. So, if watches were college majors, what would they have majored in? If watches were cars, what cars would they be? I think I made like 4 videos, and none of them did well. I was really sad about that because I had actually drafted out like 40 different concepts of food, cereal, restaurants. Like I was like super excited and I was like really hoping that it would take off, and it didn't. So that kind of sucked. Uh, the other thing that I've noticed with videos that don't do well, but I still will continue to make them, are my history videos. I have the history of time, the history of the time ball, calendars, GMTs. Um, those videos don't perform very well. And they also take a lot of work because it requires a lot of research to make sure that I actually understand the topic and can condense it in a way that is like entertaining and enjoyable. So I don't really produce them as often anymore, just because it doesn't seem like there's a huge audience for it. But I do like them. I do enjoy making them. It's super interesting to learn some history, and so I will probably do those occasionally every couple months or so. But those are another video set that didn't do as well. And let me know in the comments if you guys have seen the time twisters, if you've seen some of the history ones, if you like it, and let me double check, see what's going on. Just made it. Changed a lot. Came in the interview. Oh yeah, Archer Luxury. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yes. Hey, bro. If you want to come on here, let me know. I ain't threatening you with a good time. I'm saying you can hop on. Anybody who wants to hop on, we good to go. Um, yeah, and I think to your point, man, they are going to be some slow burners. Hopefully, when they take off, which you gave us the perfect natural transition to what is the oh, test, test, test. Can you guys hear me now? Hopefully, audio is back. Let me know if the audio came back. All right, let me know if you guys have the audio back or not. Okay, cool. Sorry about that, guys. Glad that we got the audio back working. Um, where did I lose you guys at? That's the next question because I was talking for a minute. So, um, let me read some comments. Let me know what you guys last heard, so then I can fill you in on the things that I was rambling about. Do you have any watch shows or expo throughout the year? I would love to lean in more places. This will. I'm hoping this year will be my first year getting to go to some watch expos. I've actually never been to one. And so if you have any recommendations, please let me know. I know Maxine, I think you live out near Toronto, right? If I ever come out to Canada, I might have to come hang out. Um, okay. All right. So if I lost you at the phone call, let me backtrack. What we were talking about was the content that did well and did not do well. And the content that has done actually really well is my how-to videos, particularly how to change a watch battery. The other thing that has done really well is, I won't say reaction, but the conversation pieces about watch culture and the watch place. Those have done really well recently. But I am curious for you all, the people who, you know, are here to support the channel or they're watching live, pretty much watching everything. What is the content that you've enjoyed the most lately? Do you think that the reviews have been better? Do you think the conversation pieces? Do you like the history pieces? I'm curious of like what kind of stuff gets you guys going back because there are so many incredible creators out there that you could be watching anywhere. And so like I want to make content that's good, make content that's different. But I want to make content most importantly that you're going to want to watch. So let me know what kind of stuff you like and let me take a quick look. Maxine, I'm sorry I had to make y'all reading lips out here. That's my bad. That's my bad. Went to a watch time wind up for the first time. Hey, so how was the wind up? Let me know how that was. Toronto for fun. Ooh, London in March. Okay, let me know how that goes. Are the flights expensive from Toronto? Because I'm curious now. Okay. Visiting time and Tide store a bit like a watch show. The range is so good. Um, okay, Romero, is your wife into watches too? I've thought about taking my wife to one. So that's actually, since you guys are the kind of people who are in the live video who also had to struggle through me not having audio for a while, y'all the real ones. I appreciate you. My wife actually just got her first watch, and it's actually kind of crazy. Her first watch is a Rolex, but not any Rolex. Let me talk about the story, and we can talk about how my wife got a Rolex before me, um, because she's still kind of crazy. So for this year's Christmas, instead of doing gifts, we had date days, and so my wife got a day, and then I'm supposed to get a day. I'm not gonna get a day because that's just how the world works. By the way, fun fact: I've been trying to get my audio to work through this headphone. It doesn't work. I don't even know why I'm wearing it. So um, take that off. We'll see if this makes my sound better too. So for my wife's date day, she wanted we went out to eat in the morning, and we went to some places to go shopping. But I was like, hey, there's a watch store. You want to check it out? It's right here. We went to it. It's called Cool Vintage Watches. And if anyone watches Keanu, uh, another content creator, has like he's known for having a really small wrist, and I met him. He has actually a really small wrist. Um, it's the watch store that he used to work at, and so we went to the watch store. They were closed. Then me and my wife we went to downtown Kansas City. We went shopping, and then we stopped into a Rolex Patek dealer. And so that was my first time my wife getting to see like luxury watches. And so she tried on a few, and she tried on a Cartier, and she like really fell in love. But she did not fall in love with the prices of new Cartier. And so I was like, hey, babe, like, we should check out that vintage store. And so I think it was literally the next day we were on our way to Target, and she's like, hey, do you want to go ahead and just stop by the store? It's on the way. So we go in there, and I'm thinking it's just going to be like me looking at watches, me trying to like get her to like, care about my hobby again. and she started to get like really interested, and I was like, and so instead of me looking at watches, I was looking at her look at watches. And so she started to like have a few that she found interesting, and so I was like, hey, like let's try them on, like play with it. And it one of the, she just kept looking at one particular watch, and I was like, hey babe, like it doesn't cost to try it on. And what she was looking at was a couple of 1940s and 1950 Rolexes. And she ended up narrowing down her choice between a Cartier tank, and it was a 1946 14 karat gold Rolex bubble bag. And she kind of kept trying them on, and then she was like, I really love this. And I was like, hey, listen, like, you've done so much for me, you've done so much for your family, you recently got promoted. Like, this could be a great way to get you into the hobby and get your first start. And then, yeah, my wife bought got a Rolex 1946 bubble back. Yeah, crazy way to your first watch is that. But yeah, she's in the hobby now. I'm pretty sure though she's gonna have to get a second watch soon because I think dealing with vintage is driving her crazy. But she wears it, and I mean, when she doesn't wear it, I wear it. It's absolutely beautiful. I'll be sharing it. I need to share it. I share it on my Instagram soon. But yeah, I'll make sure you guys see that too. So with that, that's how my wife got a Rolex. And let me go back to the chat. Talking about shows. Definitely worth the experience when you and my wife went with me and enjoy the watch time. Okay, all right, I might bring her out there. If you guys don't have shows in Australia though, I feel like you guys have. Is it Time and Tide? Isn't it based out of there though? I feel like I've heard that place is like pretty awesome. Oh, that's hilarious that I said that, and then the next comment that shows that we as a watch fam, we as a group, we be thinking alike. Pop-ups, brand specific events are cool, but nothing like an industry level event. Yeah, what happened between me and my wife at a wind up? Ooh, okay. What did your wife get at the wind up? Let me know in the comments down below. We've been talking enabling lessons. Hey, yo, first of all, Trap, my boy. Trap is the king of lives, by the way. I be watching his lives trying to take notes because I ain't got the. I'm still trying to get the juice. You know what I mean? Still trying to get. I can't even get my audio right half the time. So, um, something comes up. I was in the Navy. I missed out on part. Yeah. Speaking of Australia, actually, my neighbor, like who literally lives across the street, he is an Australian officer, and he moves back to Australia on Tuesday because I guess it is your summer now. And so it's weird for his kids because they're basically going through school and then going to move to Australia and I guess in the middle of your summer break to just have to go back to school again. So, yeah, super interesting. Also, guys, let me know what kind of videos you want to see in the future just so I know as I'm preparing my content. Which brings me to the other thing that I was going to talk about in my first year of being a watch YouTuber. Um, Content that worked, content that didn't work, and goals. Um, and really, I don't have. Actually, I'm not gonna lie. I do have a goal. Um, my biggest goal that to me would say I may. I have two goals that would tell me that, hey, yo, you got it, my boy. I want to be in Teddy's year in review. I want Teddy to be like, hey man, what'd you wear this year? I feel like if you were really in the watch space, like you got to get into that video. And so I don't really know what it takes to get into it, but that's my goal. I want to make it into Teddy's review. I would really like in a dream world to be the official spokesman for Timex. Not saying that I'm the biggest Timex collector in the world, but I gotta be up there. Gotta be one of the largest on social media. And I personally feel that I have been a great brand ambassador for them and getting people to see Timex in a new light. I don't know if they see it that way. I mean, actually, they do. I'm not gonna hate. Timex be hooking your boy up. They sent me a gift for Christmas. I get some notes, handwritten notes from them every now and then. So I love Timex, love the brand. I would love to be in some kind of partnership with them and kind of helping them in their social media space because I feel like they could do a little bit more. So those are my two lofty goals. I don't think I'm going to get those this year, but hey, this first year of content creation has completely changed my life in ways that I never would have expected. And so yeah, maybe it will happen. Then For this channel, um, I really just want to create content that you guys enjoy. If that means I get more subscribers, that's awesome. Because it means that more people can enjoy the content and hopefully give back. If I'm able to work with more brands, that would be awesome. I do want to like do a lot more work with micro brands and like learn more and review them and talk about their story and their history. And so that's one of the things I would like to do. I don't know if you guys noticed on Instagram, I've definitely kind of tried to pick back up my pace and start posting again there. Trying to finish my Tour de Timex, which I showcase all of the Timex watches in my collection, which is probably about 180-ish right now. Probably be more by the time I finish it. So, every day, that's like 6 months of Timexes. Um, and then I guess the goal of the overall channel is, give me a second. I ain't trying to get too philosophical, but you know what I mean? I'm a man of the Lord, so I got to talk about it. I believe that if I could get people to see watches and understand that there's a story behind them, and the story that makes a watch valuable is actually not in the watch itself, but the person wearing it, I think it will help the everyday person understand to ask the deeper question. Why does that watch matter and why does that person matter? And that next logical step is if you can get people to understand the importance of the story in a person, maybe it can make people understand and appreciate people who aren't even wearing watches. And so I guess in some kind of artistic, holistic way, I believe that if I make content the right way, I can not only make people care more about watches, but make people care more about people. And so that's kind of like the goal for the channel. Recently too, I've been getting a lot more stories on the website, and so now in the next year, that you're going to start seeing a lot more of those stories starting to integrate it. Whether that be videos, whether that be posts, and so now we got some momentum, and I think I can able to start producing that content. One of the things I'm also looking at trying to do is actually do. I don't know if you guys watch Subway Takes. Let me know in the comment section if you guys ever watch Subway Takes. It's like a short series or the career ladder. There's a bunch of them. I don't have a name for it, so if you have a name, let me know. But I want to do a thing where basically I'm asking, hey, what's the watch? And like you guys, you just give me a video, or maybe it's like this kind of thing. We're talking about it and say, what's the watch? And you showcase me and the world a watch that matters to you in your collection and why it's important. So maybe it was your first watch. Maybe it was a watch that was a gift from a friend or a family. Like, uh, I'm really open to anything. So that's one of the goals that I have moving ahead, looking forward, that I would like to incorporate into the channel. So those are some of the things that the goals for the channel. And let me go back to the chat. Let me see what we got going on here. Uh, 39 millimeters is also a great size for a purchase. Can fit either wrist size. I prefer 39 watches in general. Um, uh, Teddy Teddy does sell Timex watches, so maybe boom, I should hit him up. So interesting. I've actually talked to. I mean, I haven't spoken with him, but I've actually sent messages with Giorgio Galli. He watched the Marine M1A and actually really enjoyed the review. So that was like a really powerful thing. And from that, we were able to have some conversations. I actually got some sneak peeks into what is going to be coming out in the Atelier line, and there's going to be some fire. And when the next drop comes, maybe I got my funds in the right place to buy more. So who knows? I might be getting that GMT after all. All right. Let me see what else we got. Over stream. I want to see what's easy. I think it was because this is cheaper than StreamYard. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I think I originally got it because it also offers like some editing stuff. I will say I'm not the most tech literate, and so I really struggled with the setup of this. Um, but I'm getting better at it. I mean, my audio, I'm having to use my phone instead of this microphone. The microphone just looks good, but it's not actually working because I can't figure it out. Here we go. You probably just lost audio again. This is why I'm struggling learning how to use this. I will eventually figure it out. But yes, I just chose it because it was cheaper. Boom, 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 boom. Ask them. Boom, boom. Hey. Side note. Boom, boom, boom. Wind up. You meet a lot of brand owners. That is a good point. Going to one of these watch events, I probably would be able to connect with a lot of people. One of the people who actually like behind the scenes has been a huge supporter of the channel is Max from Anachronist, who used to be formerly Watch Crunch. He actually is like, I mean, we're like the same age, but like as a YouTuber, like a huge mentor to mine. Like me and him, we were on the phone yesterday talking for like an hour, just talking about life, talking about watches, talking about views. So I have been able to kind of connect with some people. One of the first big channels that actually commented on my page was the Urban Gentry, crazy enough. So, you know, I've been able to talk to him. Actually, he does watch our videos occasionally because he's commented a couple of times. Super cool whenever I'm able to connect with those guys. But yeah, I would really like to talk to more brands from there. Let me see what else. Yeah, man, should preach. I just said because some other day stop thinking about monetary value. Exactly. It's not really about the money. It's about the story. That is always the biggest deal. Rob lost his watch here, so I bought us. Oh man, he tried to contact the person. Oh wow, man, that is an incredible. That is, I'm sure you guys read in the comments the story about the watch, and so I'm just gonna read it for anybody who's watching the replay. Today's wrist check, a special watch. My mate got robbed and lost his watch that he inherited from his grandfather. So I bought us matching cheap Casio copies off of AliExpress. I tried to contact him for Christmas, and he wasn't replying. Sadly, I found out that he had, passed away. So now that watch has special significance. Man, that is absolutely, that is such a touching story. It's such a powerful watch to wear something that reminds you of that. And I think it brings up a great conversation of what do you guys have on the wrist. For me, I'm actually wearing a pretty meaningful watch as well. Oh, let's see. One of the things that I've been working on improving. Let's see if it works. 1, 2, 3. Boom, boom, boom. All right, it's gonna take a second to. I really don't know why it does this. I don't know why it goes upside down or backwards. But I am rocking my Timex Expedition North Titanium Sapphire Crystal. I've made a couple videos about this watch before, but this is the watch that was gifted to me by my aunt. Let me see if this also works. On. Hey, guys, the content stuff. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. But this is a watch that was gifted to me by my aunt. What I love about it, not only is it a screw-down crown, not only is it 200 meters water resistance, automatic movement, titanium makes it light, sapphire crystal makes it tough. It can take a licking and keep on ticking. But my aunt has been like a second mother to me. It's been a big deal for me in my life. And so every time I get to wear this watch, man, it just makes me think of her. She's alive, she's doing well, but it's a cool family connection piece. She gave me this as a gift for when I took command of my second company in the Army, my first company within the Ranger Regiment. And so it's been absolutely incredible to be a part of that. Oh man, I got a super chat. I don't get a lot of these, so I don't have any cool like bam 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 thing like that. But I just want to say thank you. God bless you. Let me go ahead and give it a read. If anybody's preaching the watch gospel, it's you, bro. Hey, that means a lot. Thank you so much. As you guys see, like I always try to incorporate my faith into what I'm doing, and I try not to overdo it because I don't want to turn people away. But one of the things I pray before the live stream because I get super nervous before live streams. I heard a quote, and I try to live it out every day, and it's, if people know me but don't know God, I hope that they will want to know God because they know me. Let me say that again. If someone knows me but doesn't know God, I hope they will want to know God because they know me. And for me, that means like to live my life in a way and carry an energy that not only is giving back, but someone might ask, what is the source? And for me, that's always been my faith. And so I do whatever I can to kind of bring that back. If there was a live stream about a month ago, I think. Man, we had a whole prayer session on here, man. So I try to incorporate it where I can, and I'm glad that a lot of people get to see that and feel that, and that means a lot to me that you guys appreciate it. I understand that it's not gonna be for everyone, but I hope that some people can get closer to the Lord and get a little Bible verse sprinkled into their watch collecting journey from there. Let's see what else we got going in here. Um, yeah, Watch Chris is another deep Timex guy. I sent him a message on Instagram. He didn't reply. I didn't have my blue check mark yet, so maybe I'll try again. Um, Yo, Max is a cool dude. We've never been in the same room together, but we talk and we text, and he actually had to listen to me fight with my daughters last night, so that was pretty cool. So, they were fighting over Tony boxes and stuff like that. Picture me this awesome. I love the titanium. Boom, boom, boom. Which I guess this also does talk about some of the changes that are going to be happening next year, which is technically tonight. Um, I won't say it's bad. It's just different for the channel. So I am a strong believer in this story from the Bible that talks about the talents, and it's about giving. The Lord gives you. How do you give it back and make the things better? And so one of the things I've been trying to figure out is how do I use the knowledge that I've been building on social media to give back. And so I volunteer at the local food bank here in Kansas, where I live. And so what I did was during our last session, I was trying to figure out what they needed, and so they needed some help with fundraising. And so I was like, hey, like, how are you guys doing on social media? And so we sat down earlier this week, talked through a social media strategy. I actually recently just built them their YouTube channel, and what I'm gonna do is kind of split in time a little bit. I'm gonna start producing content for their YouTube channel as well as for this one. And the goal is to kind of create videos that they can send to different donors to get more fundraising stuff. Some videos to teach people how to do a fundraiser, how to do a food drive, those type things. And just trying to find ways to use the things that I have here and the equipment and all of this to give back to them and give back to the community. Because like where I live, over 10 to 15% of children are living below the poverty line and are, in food scarcity. And so if I can find a way to kind of help in that mission, and so I will more than likely only be producing one long form video a week for this channel because that'll allow me to also produce one long form video a week for them as well. And so, I may not be going live as often, but it's for a good cause. And I think too, what I'm also going to try to do until I get an actual sponsor, I'll probably just use them as my sponsor for the food bank. And so just expect that when you hear this video is sponsored by the Mission of Leavenworth, which is a food bank that I'll be working with. And so, yeah, I'm hoping to just kind of figure out how I can help them out. And we literally created the YouTube channel yesterday. So it is. I mean, it might be 24 hours old by now, but yeah. So that is something that I'm going to be splitting my time with in the channel, doing that from there. And so hopefully we'll be able to continue to sustain the growth here, because basically all the money that I get from this channel and all the the help, like it all goes back into the channel. It all goes back into paying the editors. It all goes back into the equipment, which that was one thing that I think people had questions on. I am a geardo when it comes to this, and I've put funds into making this. You know what? I actually think I just realized something. Sorry. I realized. Hold on one second. I think I know why my microphone's been weird. Hold on. Hold on. Where'd it go? Tell me how my audio sounds now. I bet you my audio sounds different. If it does, please let me know. But I think I just figured something out because this is my first time using this stuff and I'm still trying to figure it out. But yeah, all I'd say, I'm gonna be splitting time between the two of those. You guys will be seeing links and stuff. You guys want to see me in an entirely different environment, go ahead and subscribe to that channel as well. What else we got going on, y'all? What kind of questions y'all got? Hey, is this audio hitting? Is this audio actually a little bit better than the first one? Let me know. Let me know. And if it is, I'm gonna tell you why it wasn't working and why I won't say I'm an idiot, but I'm an idiot. Um, yeah, man, that's embarrassing. If the audio is actually better, then this is actually super embarrassing. Um, Also, what we talking about? What we got going on for y'all? Yeah, we only got like one wrist check. I need to know what are people wearing tonight. You know what I mean? As we go into the year. Also, I think I might have. Okay. Well, guys, if you don't know, I'm using it's like a actually, does it work? Let me see if I can do it. Okay. Just so you guys know, this is what I'm looking at. This little bitty screen here. You obviously can't see it, but there's a little button there, and I also have a computer screen here. This one will not change my microphone, but this one will change my microphone. And so as a result, I kept trying to change my microphone over here, and it didn't work. I just kept muting myself. And when I moved over here, it did work. And so that's why the audio is probably a lot better now. Also, if you guys are just interested, because I always want to know what YouTuber stuff looks like, this is just my basement. I'm using some moving blankets and some lighting to like separate it, but I'm literally just in a basement. Um, and then I have a camera that I strap to the ceiling here. I got a gigantic light there, lights there, and I'm using an iPad to keep track of all the comments. So if you guys are interested, this is what my setup looks like. Yeah, I've always just been interested of like how different people's stuff looks. All right, now back to this. I don't know if that's cool to you guys as it is to me, but I always like maybe it's just me when I watch a YouTube video, I'm always like, so what's it look like behind that? Like what's going on there? But let's go ahead. Let's take a look at the wrist check. Um, so Jack Mason. So Jack Mason is one of the brands. I actually reached out to Jack Mason. They didn't respond. I reached out when I was a lot smaller. So maybe I'll reach out again. I would love to try some of their watches. Oh, the Pogue dial. Okay, okay. It's not on the. Huh. Oh, you guys couldn't see the video from the phone? Okay, well, that's hilarious. Why did that not work? Hold up. Now you got me curious because now I'm trying to like understand how these things work. Nope, that's not what I want to do. So you're just telling me there was just an awkward video of me just moving my hand around? That's hilarious. Um, I don't know. I don't know how to actually change it. But yeah, I tried, team. I tried. I'm still learning. I'm still learning. That's so weird to me. So I can change my microphone on this screen, but it didn't change the camera. That is, I don't look. If anybody's really good at Riverside, I'm I'm all ears. So it doesn't do anything. That is so. I'm 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 so confused on. Yeah, I guess. All right. I'm sorry. I will experiment with this more later because it does not make any sense to me of why it doesn't do this. I don't know. By the way, my offer still stands. If anyone would like to also come onto the call, please let me know. I'll add you on here. We can double this. Oh, now you're getting phone from the audio again. Okay, I'm sorry. I messed it up. I'll stop touching things. It's the phone. Hey, all right. Hey, Layton, hit me up. Hey, you got me on Instagram? Actually, let me see. Let me see how this works. We're working through this in live time. People, add a participant, remote guest, copy link. Let me. Oh, sorry, I can't do it that way. Uh, Let me see if this works. All right. I think. Hey, hit me up on Instagram real quick. By the way, guys, I thank you guys for working with me as we try to do this. Uh, I'm gonna send you a link on Instagram, and let's see if this works. It also looks like we're live on Instagram right now, which is kind of cool. All right, my messages, no, request. Uh, I also have another option I think I can do. Let's hold up, y'all. Thank you guys for working with me. We are currently working on getting, the first ever guest on the channel. Hey, hold up. Got you. All right, hold up. Dropping it. Okay, sent you the request. Okay, let's see. I got. Let me know when you got the request. And where's my audio at? I can't hear anything. All right, hold up, y'all. We testing. I still can't hear anything, but hey, can you hear me?
Extreme close up. I can hear you, but let me know if there's feedback.
No, I got you. I got you loud and clear.
Okay, that's
Hold
perfect.
up. I need. Well, I got you clear. I got to get you a little louder. Hey, how we sounded?
I hear you good. I hear you good.
Hey, how's everybody else? Y'all hear everybody good?
But now I hear feedback.
Oh, okay. I don't hear any feedback, but I also am not listening to myself, so I can't hear me. I can only hear you. I
Hold on
think
a
there's a
second.
way that I can.
Let me do this. Let me go ahead and listen to this through my.
Okay, but hey, how's it feel to be the very first guest I ever had?
Okay, because I was hearing feedback ready, but let me know if you're hearing me now.
Yeah, I got you perfectly clear.
Okay. So, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you too. Thanks so much for. Hey, can I tell you thank you for always supporting the channel. I'll always see you in the comments. I always see you giving some great feedback, man. For me, to you personally, I appreciate what you do in supporting the channel every day, and so I'm so glad to actually have you on here.
See, now I hear. I don't know if I'm hearing you from the actual studio.
Are you hearing me from
Oh, you
YouTube
know
right
what?
now?
You know what? Hold on a second. Now I think I got you perfectly now because I think I'm hearing you from the studio and from the YouTube. So now I got you perfectly. That was me.
Okay.
See,
All
because
right.
I'm not recording by the phone. So, and,
Okay.
and like I said, Happy New Year. Before we start, let me go ahead and uh, put this on because,
Get the chain.
the you. Uh,
Uh, hey, look, the, my team, the Army team, they ain't balling right now. My boys ain't doing too hot.
well, when you go against the Navy, that can hurt your season. So,
Look, it's just gonna be crazy. You're gonna be the first guest to come on and the first guest to get kicked off in the same stream.
hey, it is what it is. But like I said, because of you have influence. So let me back up a little bit. Like I have 40-year-old watches, like for my dad or whatnot. I consider myself an accidental collector because probably one of my oldest watches is this Tissot. Back when I didn't know
Ooh.
anything, I wanted to be James Bond. I bought this at the exchange, and I want. I didn't have James Bond money. Instead of being 007, I probably had 7 cents in the account.
Ain't nothing
So
wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
so I got a TISO, but like I said, when this year I kind of got the bug and got back in, and I think one of the first reviews I saw of yours was for the Timex MK1 automatic when it came out, the MacGyver, the camper, whatever you want to call it, watch,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
and I remembered that, and as a matter of fact, not only did I buy one for myself, I bought one for my son. Um, his is on the strap. Mine, I keep mine on leather because I normally
Hey, that's
wear it. And story time, when I went to pick up my Rolex, this is what I was wearing to go pick up my Rolex.
I respect that. I respect it. Now, did the dude say anything? He's like, "Oh, you upgrading, huh?"
No, no, no. Actually, I tell you one thing. Um, my Rolex 80 is actually pretty. I don't want to say they're pretty legit, but they're pretty fair and reasonable. Um, there is a time out real quick. If you're in the military and you want a great Rolex 80 to go to, Finks in Virginia Beach.
Okay, so he
Finks
be
in
he be
Virginia
hooking
Beach.
up the soldiers and airmen, sailors.
Yes, yes. Finks in Virginia Beach, their interest list is a lot more accessible than pretty much almost anywhere else. Like
Okay,
there is some dealers that want that first time because they know that a sailor or a soldier. I'm not shouldn't say a sailor or soldier is not going to flip a watch, but they know
yeah,
that hey, they're gonna get that SRB, they're gonna get that reenlistment bonus, and
yeah, yeah,
so and I'm
yeah.
like. And the thing about it is that with the military, when we make rate, we make rank, we do whatever, we buy something. I bought a motorcycle, I bought a Mercedes, I did all that, and, and the cheapest thing I ever bought was a Nighthawk watch. So, but they are pretty good. But no, like what I was saying, at my Rolex AD, let me see if I have it in here. As I go into
Hey,
the
get the Invicta going. Get the Invicta going.
the $20, this is the only Invicta I have, is a $20 uh, case that holds 8 watches
Hey, that's a good deal though.
for $20. And this is the best thing. I mean, I tell you right now. But my Rolex 80, I went in there to go look at another watch, and I had this on my wrist. And everybody stopped and they're like, "Oh my gosh, that's so cool! That's so cool!" But the one that's in there that looks like the Italian soccer player, right? Figure that out for yourself. He stops in the track. He goes, "I got a watch just like that," while he has on his, I think he had a Bruce Wayne on or whatever. And so he was just going gaga goo goo that he saw another one of his watches in the wild. And that to me, when I say that the story matters so much, this year, I did something I never did. As fat as I am, I've never waited in line more than 15 minutes. And I waited in line for like 4 hours for a Snoopy, the Moonswatch. And the guys I talked to during that time, and I did get the Moonswatch, by the way, but the guys I met and talked to, business owners, guys, there was a guy that worked at a Rolex boutique that was in line, right? I was about to flip the
Yeah,
watch in the line. I'm like, but I'm like, hey, can you give me an allocation? Um,
yeah. Hey, like, put me on the list, my boy.
and so right now, I put it in there that the Jack Mason, and I have 3 Jack Masons that I got this year. Right now, one of my cool adult best friends, I loaned him my first Jack Mason, so he's wearing that now to see what the feeling is, not having a smartwatch on, and actually having a mechanical watch
A
on.
real watch. Yeah, getting them
And,
into the,
and so
easing
we
them in.
walk, yeah. So and we walk through, and I'm like, I tell these guys all the time. I said it doesn't matter whether it's quartz, right? Because people will trash on quartz until you go to an FP Journe boutique and you see that $20,000 elegant that's going for 120 grand right now. People will trash on it because it's a G-Shock or an Invicta or whatever it is. And I told them, if you like it, if you love it, like I love it back 20 years ago when I didn't know anything about watches,
Yep.
and I just liked how it looked at. And then it was just like watches I liked and Rolex. That was it. Now, going to watch time, you see all these watches like like I can't even tell you what a Grubel Force is, but or an MB&F, but you see all these watches now, and it's cool when I can wear my freaking $200 Timex Lighthouse Noah.
Yeah. Hey, hey, hey. First of all, we want to talk about flipping watches. That bad boy flip. Hey, if people really want to flip watches, sometimes these affordable ones double in price on eBay. They be going
I've been
crazy.
asked about that one, and because that is like one of my watches I do actually enjoy wearing,
Hmm.
because just the design, and like I have a big wrist, and even though the Tank Noah, the moon phase, they're really close, but they don't look the same size. And
Yeah.
on my wrist, they are relatively, it's two different things. So, hey, by the way, though, I am going to have to cut this short because it's 2 minutes to midnight on my side. I can
Hey,
come back. I can
hey,
spend the
come
rest of,
back.
but I
Hey,
know that it's like 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock your time over there,
yeah, yeah,
2200
hey,
or something.
hey, happy early New Year's. Hey, make sure you see that ball drop with the people you need to see the ball drop. I thank you so much for coming on. Hey, the link will be open.
And when you come down to Tampa, there we go,
Hey, hey, I'm
right?
gonna be there. I'm gonna be. I'm actually. We hit up offline. We talk
Yeah,
back. I got
yeah.
OPSEC. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'll say, right? So yes, right?
Hey,
And I give you all the gouge. All right, but let me
uh,
go ahead. Three, two, one, time
yeah.
out.
All right. God bless. Man, that is incredible, man. Being able to just talk to the community, have you guys on here, that just made my whole night. Let me go back to the comment section. Let's see what else we got going on here. Wrist check. So cool. Glad to miss it. Uh, hey, he had to flex it in there. By the way, guys, the link is open. Would you like to also come up on the channel? You saw it. It's easy. You don't need a studio. Just put your phone on. I would love to talk to you guys. Just talk about your watches, talk about life. So let me know. Is anybody else willing to hop on the chat? Look, it's not that scary. It's not that scary. Just putting it out there. Um, Speaking of, while you guys deliberate if you're gonna join me or not, I hope you do. Um, I am actually considering getting a Rolex. And one of the things he mentioned is for service members in your career, sometimes during the big moments, you tend to pick one up. And I'm getting ready to get promoted here soon, hopefully, to major. Moving forward in my YouTube journey, I'm I would like to get a watch that I can pass down to my kids. My wife got that was one of the reasons my wife got the Rolex. We think that I'll go with the personality of our oldest daughter, just a beautiful, kind, caring soul, just the ultimate professional. Now, my youngest daughter, absolutely incredible, exciting, energetic soul, but definitely much more of an explorer, which is why I am thinking about getting the Explorer 136 millimeter as my first big boy girl luxury watch purchase. So that's what I'm thinking about. I don't know if anybody has one. Please let me know. I'm interested in your experiences. I also think there is a way for me to see the chat here. And like we said, we all learning right now. Where did it go? I just had the option. I just lost the chat, had the chat, where the chat, multiple chat. By the way, if you're on Instagram and you're sending me a message, I don't know how to check it. So, oh yeah, people on Instagram, appreciate y'all for hopping in. I I'm still learning this one as well. All right, let's go back to. All right, would you go vintage for a new? So I was looking at the vintage one, and like I'm in this really difficult time where I'm trying to think through this. I mentioned like I don't like watching too many reviews because I don't want to like spoil my watches. Someone already kind of spoiled my tutor by saying that the hour hand reminded them of a sex toy, and that I don't agree with him, but I agree with him just enough so that I can't unsee it. So I'm definitely working on that. But I have considered vintage. Hey, hey, Frogman, send me a message on Instagram. Once you hit me a message on Instagram, let me know you sent it, and then I'll send you the link, and then you can hop on here too. Um, who is this? I get please let me know when you send it because I get an unreal amount of um, just wild message requests. It is actually kind of crazy. Um, Going back to chat though. Oh, by the way, my Instagram is wrist unwound. It's the same. One of the reasons I changed my name on Instagram. But I have considered going vintage. I'm just trying not to watch too many reviews and kind of like ruin my own perception of the watch. The thing that I did see when I was looking at the vintage watches versus the new one is that the newer watches does have a better AR coating and it has better lume. And so from a pure just like functionality standpoint, um, I I'm thinking of getting a new one, but I'm also not sure how long the wait list will be. So that is something that I'm trying to work through right now. Um, yeah. So in short, I'm not opposed to it. I just got to figure out the right price, the right wait list, all that stuff. Great question though. Let me see. For the people on the Instagram, we who we got over? We had BP Vintage. We had girl Angie watching time. We had some people coming through on Instagram. Appreciate everybody who came through over there. And I appreciate each and every one of you guys who are here. It is absolutely incredible to have you guys on here. Um, it's better than vintage. The new materials and the engineering are definitely better, but the vintage has its own appeal costs. So I haven't thought as much about servicing because I'm just not a. I say I'm not a big servicer watch, but like I'm gonna be real with y'all. I've worn watches for 3 hours without even realizing that they weren't even set. Like when I tell you that I'm about the people in the story, I'm about the people in the story. The time, but I mean, it could be on time. It might not be on time. It just really depends on what's going on. Uh, oh man, oh man, we got a couple people on about to hop on here. Let me get the request out, boys. If you could send me a message on Instagram, that would help me just get this message to you faster. I'm still trying to figure out where my boy at. You and me we were talking like not that long. Oh, hey Seuss, hey brother, I just sent you the link. Go ahead, hop on here, whenever you ready. All right, let's do it. Hold up, Mike. Got you. I'm about to send it to you as well. Sent. All right. I'm still learning how to use this stuff, so please bear with me as I work through how to accept you into the phone call. All right. Should be, oh, that's where the chat button is. Thank you guys for working with me as I work through how to do all of these things. Cool. All right, I sent you guys the links. I don't know what that looks like on your end, but whenever you're ready, we can hop in and love to hear from you guys. Why is my microphone still not the Rode USB? If only I could understand. Oh, hold up. Hold up. Where's All right. I hope you guys can hear me well. But yeah. And by the way, to all those who, depending on your time zone, Happy New Year to each and every one of you. So thankful to have you guys all here. You guys truly mean the world to me to be able to just talk with you guys, to talk watches, to talk life, to go through life experiencing these things with you guys. It really does mean a lot, and I'm so excited to have you in here. If you're in the chat, when you hit the little heart, when you hit the like, all those things make a difference. I'm not really sure how they make a difference. I just know that they do. Mike, hold up. Hey, Mike, can you hear me good?
I can hear you perfectly, Tyree. How you doing, man?
I'm doing well now. How can you got me all? Oh, make. Hold up. Did I add your video yet? Let me. Hold up. Oh,
I can see you
hey.
perfectly, and I can see that you can see me as well.
Yeah. Why? I'm still learning the layouts. Hold up. We should. Hey, everybody in here. How are y'all doing?
What's going on, brother? Good evening.
Good evening
Hey,
as
first
well.
of all, it's so good to see all you incredible collectors today. Hey, so which I got on wrist?
I'll let you go first, brother.
Okay, so it's the PAM 00111.
Beautiful,
Okay, okay.
beautiful.
That's my Grail watch for this year. All-time Grail watch. Got it in February, and thought it'd be a nice one to see the new year in.
Congratulations, congratulations.
Thank you,
How you
thank
said
you.
you've had it for how many months now?
11 since February.
11. Now, in those 11 months, how many times have you changed the strap?
Well, I have 8 straps, so I've changed it quite
Okay,
Mm.
regularly. But I have a
okay.
large collection as well, so it doesn't get seen as often as it should, but it's the variety, man. It's just
Uh,
it's spice of life, right?
all right. Well, congratulations. Hey, Susan, what you rocking today, my guy?
Thank you.
First of all, I just want to say thank you for letting me be part of this. It's a pleasure to be here with
Pleasure
you
all
guys
mine.
today. Happy New Year. God bless
Happy
you
New Year.
guys.
Yeah.
And I got a Grand Seiko on today, spring drive. Funny
Ooh,
story is I actually obtained this watch reselling watches. I started with a $50 Seiko, and my goal was to flip myself to a Rolex. And it took me like a year and a half, almost 2 years to do it. But I got to the Grand Seiko and I fell in love with it.
that's
Like
awesome, man.
I could have made money on it and I could have kept going, but I fell in love with it. And I fell in love with the brand, and I just ended up keeping it. You know,
That's.
but
Do you have a video about that? Because all of us are watch content creators in our own ways, but do you have? First of all, do you have a video about that?
I don't have a video yet on my journey on obtaining this
Uh,
guy, but I'm working on it. It's on the
Oh, hey,
it's on the list. Let
hey,
me show
let
you.
me know when it is. I'll make sure to share that. Well,
My
oh man,
favorite color is green, so
That's lovely.
I don't know if you guys can
that is
see that.
absolutely
That
beautiful.
is
But
lovely.
yeah, I flipped myself from a $50 Seiko to this, and it's honestly, I'm just a regular guy, so the fact that I was even able to obtain this for me was a huge milestone.
Dude, that is
Pardon me, I'm a little
absolutely
sick. Sorry
incredible.
about that.
Nah, man, you're good to go. You're good to go, man. So. I actually thought about that of like trying to do like a flipping challenge, but one of my hard things is like I've never sold a watch. Um, yeah,
Wow.
so I have this real. It's like a weird rule to make myself not think about the prices of my watches. I just made a rule that I will just won't sell them. So like the
That's
moment that I
awesome.
buy a watch, every single watch is there forever. That's the reason why I have almost 200 now. And like
That's
I've given
perfect.
away 15, 20 watches. But like yeah, I have once it's in the collection, like you're either going to someone as a gift or you gonna be with me in the grave. So uh
Ain't
I
nothing wrong
wish
with
I
that,
had the
brother. Ain't nothing
discipline.
wrong with that.
where do you guys usually where do you sell and where do you guys buy your used watches?
So I usually do my selling on the Random Rob channel. He's a good friend
Okay.
of mine, and I know that if I send him the watches, they will definitely get sold and not sit on the shelf,
Yeah.
for months and months. So basically, to get this, I sold 6 Seiko Paddy models, including a couple of limited edition models. I sold an MRG G1000, and I sold an MTG Tai Chi. Got the money and got this because this is my ultimate grail.
Mhm,
So that's what, 7, 8 watches.
mhm,
Um, but like you, I don't like selling them. I believe that when a watch is in my collection, it's in my collection to stay. But
mhm.
man, there's just when you're doing a channel and you want the content, trying
Yeah.
to do the channel with the same watches is really hard. I've literally
Yeah.
just revamped that by going through all of my watches again and doing like 5 to 7 minute videos and linking the old videos in the description so that people can actually see the videos from like 5 years ago, just to try and get the content up. But man,
Hmm.
you know, you unless you're getting watches in all the time, it's really hard to be a collector and have the channel as well. So my
Nice.
rule has been no selling, but when you want to get a new watch in, and you know, it's so easy to just flip a couple to get that new watch in. But I don't just get it in for the channel. I get the watches that I like, right? So
Yeah.
that's kind of helps a bit, but it's a hard game. It's a hard game.
I realize, as especially when you're buying affordable watches, this is what Pokemon collecting is when you're an adult with money. You know what I mean? Like, as a kid, you're just kind of pick up Pokemon packs, and as an adult, it's like, all right. And especially for me, like, Timexes are generally affordable. Everything is relative to where you are in life, but like
Yeah,
the average person can get a $50 to $120 Timex.
for
But
sure.
when you buy them at scale, it can still be very
Oh,
expensive.
yeah,
absolutely.
yeah,
And
yeah.
I recently I'm going through a huge Timex Ironman 8 lap specifically kick, and I mean I have 180 watches. I have a lot. I probably have 20 variations of the Ironman.
Wow,
Oh
Um,
boy.
wow,
Oh
oh,
that's
boy.
crazy.
it'll be coming out soon. But like I'm a hunter. I am a I have alerts set up on my phone for every single type of Timex that I'm looking for. The most recent, I mean, not the most recent. I bought 2 watches since that one,
Excuse me.
but but the craziest story recently was Japan. Timex Tokyo and Timex America are kind of separate companies in their own weird way. So Timex Tokyo has their own line of watches. They created the all steel, all metal Timex Ironmans because of the
Oh, that sounds
tariffs.
cool.
Yeah, because of the tariffs, you can't order them in the U.S. anymore. Like they just halted it, and they're like, hey, when the tariffs are listed, you can get it. And like I'm in contact with Timex Tokyo, and I'm like, hey guys, like, is there any way? Like I'm your guy. Like give me something. And they're like, hey, look, tell your president to lower the tariffs. And I was like, all right, man. Guess not. So I was looking at the watch on eBay, which people have doubled the price, and I was like, man, I have to figure out how to get this watch. Randomly, one of my old soldiers sends me a text, and he's in Tokyo,
Oh
and he
yeah.
sent me a picture of the Timex store, and he was like, "Hey, sir, like I saw your store," and I was like, "Hey, man, this is kind of crazy. What's your Venmo? I need you to find this watch for me." And he was like, "All right," and he found it. So he comes back from Tokyo tomorrow, and then he's gonna send me the watch, and so I will now have gotten my steel Timex Ironman 8 lap Grail. Um,
Nice,
but
nice.
yeah, but yeah.
Awesome.
So
Awesome.
what watches do you guys have looking ahead that you're trying to pick up? And also, anybody who's in the chat, please feel free to drop in some more comments. Now you got 3 watch nerds all together. But what are you guys looking at picking up next?
I think my next piece is gonna be. I don't even know if they're considered a microband still, but it's gonna be a Furlon Mari.
Ooh,
Yeah,
I haven't heard of them.
yeah. Look them up. Furlon Mari. They make like 1940s, 1950s inspired watches, like the old school Tissot chronographs, Patek Philippe style. They're mega
Ooh,
quartz, and I was gonna get one of their last drop that was like a Dubai special edition one, and unfortunately, like the website
these
glitched
are
out on
awesome.
me. Oh, they're beautiful. They're absolutely beautiful. And the website glitched
Uh,
out on me. I didn't get to get it. And Furlan Mari sent me a message on Instagram saying they apologize about me not getting being part of the release, and the customer service was just amazing. That one in particular on the right is the one I want, the black and gold one.
oh, that
Uh,
looks that looks
it's
great.
beautiful. Yeah, it's absolutely beautiful. Reminds me of like a 1940s Tissot. And yeah, like I said, they're mega
Yeah.
quartz. They're pretty affordable. The customer service is great. And yeah, I want one. I've been wanting one for a while, and just the customer service, the messages that I received from them on Instagram after I missed the last drop, really persuaded me to support them, and probably make that my next piece. Excuse
Man,
me.
that is absolutely incredible. Um, cool, Evan shirt. I'm still Boom. All right. Hey, look, I'm learning this Riverside thing. You know what I mean? We were able to pull up, some B-roll live here. Okay. Now, Mike, what are you looking at getting up next?
Oh
You
man,
already got your
that's
Grail, so I don't know. Do you have a new Grail for next year?
it's funny, like a Grail for me is the real deal. Like, it's the unobtainium, the watch that you couldn't afford, the watch that was low in, amount. And when I got it, it kind of spoilt the watch game for me because I really did have the one I always wanted. But I do have a
Mm.
couple that I would like to reach to. So there's a Japanese company that I follow called Namaka Watches, and they have the Shirahama version 2 out in the spring. I got the Shirahama 1. It's a kanji dial, purple fume dial. It's just a beautiful watch. It's even too small for what I would consider comfortable for me. I like with my 7 3/4 inch, which wrist I like to wear 42 and up, but it's a 40 mil. And I just couldn't give it up. So Shirahama, the Namika brand is a really strong brand for me. The other brand I like, which is another micro boutique brand, is um, Magretti. Got really friendly with the owner there, and I have currently 9 of his watches. So I'm looking for my 10th, and it's looking more like there's a bronze Waterman that he does, and I haven't got a bronze watch yet. So I think that would
I've
be
always
one.
wanted a bronze watch as well.
Yeah, right. Like, just to see how they patina, like
They tell a
I just,
story, right?
yeah, exactly, exactly. But
Is this the one you're talking about right here?
that's the one in that
Oh yeah,
same
that's
charcoal
lovely.
dial as well.
Oh,
Yeah,
Looks
that
so good on
looks
that NATO strap.
good.
it's sick. And I think that's a 40, that's a 42, either 40 or 42, but very nice on the wrist. I have the PVD version from launch in 2017, and it's gorgeous. Like dual loom. You get the C3 and the BGW9 on there as well. Gorgeous, gorgeous watch.
Man,
Yeah, I just did a
those
video on it
are
actually.
I'm gonna
man.
take
Yeah,
a
That is
screenshot of those. Those look super nice.
yeah. Check out. Don't sleep on Magretti, guys. Like, he's a New
Excuse me.
Zealand brand, and yeah, he's got some gorgeous watches in his arsenal there. So
that's
I have
incredible.
like I still got a couple to feature, but so there's 2 more on my list. And my tagline is Frogman. It's not because I'm military at all, but it's because I have a love for the G-Shock Frogman. That's my
Mm.
baby right there.
To go to.
Yeah, currently have 14 of those bad boys in my collection, and
All
they're
right,
not
so
cheap.
your G Shock is my Iron Man love. So we like cousins.
There you go, there you go. So 2 Frogman, like kind of out of reach. Well, I would say very much out of reach because they're just super expensive right now. The first is the Japanese Coast Guard Frogman. It's a yellow case, yellow strap. Um, it's a D series Frogman, which is it's got the depth meter gauge on the side, depth meter sensor on the side, on the case in there, and it's like it was hard to get, and then it became available a little bit more, and then it just got super expensive for what it is, right? Because it's still a resin watch, right? But I need that in my collection. I have 3D series watches, Frogman, and I need that to be the 4th one. And the last one is just unobtainium for me right now. It's the titanium MRG Frogman with the green silicone strap. That's just a bad boy, and it's super expensive, but that makes it a grail, right? That kind of out of reach, unobtainium style kind of thing.
For
But
sure.
yeah, that's my 4. That's what I want to crest into 2026 needing kind of thing.
Hey, by the way, I do want to get to a couple chats because you guys got some love. Maxina loves the Panerai. Maxina is a huge
Yeah,
Panerai fan. She,
nice one,
uh,
nice one.
she, she's got me into Panerai. So I haven't
Oh,
got one yet, but every time I see one, I think of her. Got some love for the Grand Seiko as well.
yeah.
Someone said you're a regular guy with an exceptional mustache. So
Thank you. Thank you very
it's
much. I try.
also another 10 points for the mustache. So right now the mustache is beating out the watches. You know what I mean?
It is.
Um, someone asked about the crown guard on the Panerai. Does it
Yeah.
move out of the way or is it stationary?
Stationary, and it doesn't interfere at all. It's one of the most comfortable watches I've got.
Interesting. I haven't tried one. I always assumed that it would. All right. Now I gotta give them a little bit of a try.
I've always wanted to try
For
one. I haven't tried one on yet. Maybe I should make my way down to my local Panerai store and put one
Definitely,
on the wrist.
definitely.
Hey, if you guys ever make your way to Kansas City, Missouri, I know it's kind of out there, but it's also in the middle of everywhere. We not only have Panerai, we have Rolex and Patek at the same dealer. So come
Nice.
on through to KC Mo. I'll give you some of the world's best barbecue, show you
Oh,
around, bring you to the studio.
Don't tempt me with a good
Um,
time, brother. I love to
hey,
travel.
yeah,
look,
yeah.
hey, look, I'm here till June. So whatever
Oh,
obviously let me know because I'm at work. But if y'all want to come through, come. I don't know if you've ever been on the military base. You can come hang out in the crib. You can stay in the studio. Got a, I guess my phone thing didn't work, but I have a couch over here, not a casting couch, but it pulls out into a bed. So yeah,
I just
I
want to
think
if you guys
say,
ever want to come through.
Tyree, your setup is so polished. Like
It is.
I
It's
had
so
to
good.
sub the first video I saw. I was like, I have to sub this guy because I've been doing this for a while, and I do it from the other view, the point of view of just the hands. And man, to do it face on, one, you have to be a good looking dude, and two, you have to have a polished setup. And you're 10 out of 10, man. Seriously, respect.
Yeah,
Eh,
I couldn't agree more.
I appreciate it. I don't know if you guys were in the beginning. Uh, I do tend to have some perfectionist tendencies. Not always necessarily a good thing. Um, if you watch my first video, hold on, we got somebody coming back into the chat. Hold up, hey, we got everybody in here now. You get going, get the family together.
What's going on, brother?
What's up, man?
Going, so we're talking about the setup. So I was such a perfectionist after my first video that like I spent just months just researching everything I could find about like video production, lighting, stuff. Um, Now I have a studio that is significantly nicer than it should be for a guy who's making videos about Timex watches. Uh, I've spent, I've actually spent more on my studio than I think than I've spent on watches, if I'm being
Wow.
honest. Yeah, because I have two Sony ZV-E10s. I have an A7 IV. Like, if I collected anything other than Timex, I wouldn't have a collection because I basically have become a camera collector. But one of the tricks that I used recently was ChatGPT. I
Yeah.
continually uploaded screenshots of my setup to help me figure out the lighting and the color stuff and like how to do the placement. So,
Ooh,
if
that's some
you
good advice.
yeah. So apparently teal matches best with my red and my skin color. Don't know why,
Nice,
but
nice.
that was yeah. But yeah, it took me like an hour of like going through every color possible. But yeah, that's some of the behind the scenes of how I've gotten into this.
Well,
Uh,
as you know, Tari, like the watch hours is where it counts, right? And the thing what's
mm,
gonna keep those watch hours up is your presentation, which is it
Absolutely.
like the word I can't use another word, but polished. It is so polished and clean. Like, it just
Thank you.
keeps you coming back for more. And
Yeah,
it makes
refined.
yeah, exactly right. It makes the listener want to engage more. Like when you put on the screen end screen there, subscribe. I was like, done, already done. Like,
I appreciate that. I appreciate. Hey, look, if you decide to take the voyage to Kansas City, if you want to borrow the studio, it's all yours. You know what I mean?
oh, dude,
Uh,
that's awesome. And likewise, even though the accent is from the UK, I do live in Canada. So if you're ever in Vancouver, BC, come on over, let me know, man. I'll pick you up from the airport and you can come and taste some of my wife's Jamaican cuisine, man. I'm sure you'll appreciate that.
Hey, I first of all, I would love me some Jamaican cuisine. So one of my goals is me and my wife talked about it. I want to start traveling more and going to watch meetups, and starting to do stuff. I I don't know if you guys know what I do in my actual life. I'm in the army, but I
Yeah.
recently transitioned my job. I used to be an infantry officer, but now I'm going to be a public affairs officer. So
Oh,
this is right along the lines of what I'm supposed to be doing.
Well,
Oh, okay.
Um,
congratulations on the
but
promotion you were
yeah,
talking about as well.
congrats. Yeah.
thank you so much. So my next job, I will be the media division chief for all of the Middle East. So uh, it
That's
should
awesome.
involve lots of travel, but hopefully I will also have some free time to explore after some things. So, you
If
know,
you ever come across the
hope.
border to Canada, let me know, man. Seriously, like
Uh,
that's a definite extension invitation for you. Definitely.
Make sure he makes lets you
Gentlemen,
take
I'm
the
sorry
ferry
to
over to
interrupt, but my
Victoria.
time has been cut short.
Hey, it has been an honor to have you. Hey, but now that I figured out how to do this, we can do this again soon, man.
Hmm.
Absolutely, I'm down, brother. I'm down. I hope everybody has a great new year. I
Yeah.
hope. I wish. I pray for health and prosperity for everybody on the chat. You know, good vibes. And remember, guys, buy what you like and buy what you can afford. You know.
100,
Yes, sir.
100.
Absolutely, 100%. Bless
You
you,
guys have a
brother.
great
Bless you.
night.
Happy New
Hey,
Year.
hey, God bless you, brother, man. We'll be in touch again
Hmm.
soon.
Yes, sir. Yes, we
Hmm.
will.
Hey, so for you guys, do y'all got any New Year's resolutions that you about to in place? You know, it's a new year, new me type thing going.
Wow.
On the watch side or just in general?
Hey, both. Hey, we can talk about life. We can talk about faith. Look, I done had a full prayer session during one of my live streams, so I'm game for whatever.
So in general, for
Yeah.
me, especially on the watch side, because I think, you get so technically you get there's a rabbit hole, and and if most of you guys are like me, every Saturday morning it becomes like Saturday morning cartoons because you start getting all the YouTube content from the watch area in there. And one of the things that for me personally, as I try to engage my content, is to be more conversational. The big thing was I set a rule how many watches that I plan on buying this year, um, knowing, and I even gave myself the crash outs, what I call my crash outs of this. Uh, this year, you guys probably know, is the 100th anniversary of Tudor, as well as the 100th anniversary of the Rolex Oyster Perpetual, as well as the 70th anniversary of the Rolex Milgauss.
Wow.
Speculation, I think they're going to come out with the Milgauss.
I would love that.
And I've asked my AD since last year, and I was like, I know it doesn't exist, but since my wife got kicked off of the celebration list, because that's the only Rolex she even ever liked was the celebration, I said, can I get on there? And I've been looking at that. I already know that's a crash out. That's one of those watches that if it
Yeah.
comes across, it comes across. That's my going to debt watch type thing, so to speak. Um, and I'm honest with that to say that's what that is. Outside of that, I limited myself to 5 watches with 2 already on the way, which are the
Wow.
Noahs. I've already ordered the Noahs, the new Noahs.
Okay. Hey, the Timex Noah hit though.
Like I said, the only one I don't have is the original tank and the brown and gold, but that's it. The thing that I wanted to do though, I wanted to engage more in the community, and that was my biggest rule for myself.
Yeah. It's important.
Is as a watch appreciator, I call myself an enthusiast more than a collector. And something that you said, like, I don't have to like your watch, you have to like your watch. I just have to like the fact that you like your watch, right?
Yeah.
And respect that.
Yeah.
And for me, it's going through all the brands that most people will poop on and seeing what is it that people like about it. So whether it's Invicta, like Invicta, I think some of their things are really unique. All the other drama aside, um, I think that they do have a catalog similar to like Timex that if they really wanted to, they could. If they were trying to go move up market, they could, like how Timex is kind of moving up market.
Yeah.
Hmm. Hmm.
But on the same note, 2 brands that I went into and I did a boutique visit that blew me away. And this is kind of one of the things I made to myself is not to listen. And I know I'm going rambling on, so I'm going to land the plane really quick.
Yeah.
Is to not to listen to watch Reddit or watch
Yeah.
crunchers who are not on the same journey as you are, right?
Yes.
Because I wear Chelsea's and suits, so my demands for a daily watch is different than somebody that wears blue jeans and flip flops or something
Yep.
else, right? And one of the two brands I got one into is Hublot, however you want to pronounce it,
Yeah.
and Panerai, right? And
Right here, right here.
Panerai
There you go, bro.
has so much history, and people don't even know the Rolex history of Panerai, but Panerai has so much
Yeah.
history. There's so much things that's going into it. Like, I wish I had Panerai money, and when I mean Panerai money, I ain't talking about like the $10,000-$15,000 Panerai money. I'm
Yeah.
talking about the Panerai money where you drop like 50 grand and you're going to
I'm not
be
there, man. I'm not there.
an Italian CEO and
I'm
you're
not
going to
there.
jump out of planes and fly mirages and whatever. I wanted that.
You can get a taste for less than that, man. You can get a taste for less than
Yeah.
that.
No. What I'm saying is the Italian military experience that they try to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but no, I went to the boutique and like I said, something that he asked about a crown guard. So I was in the boutique and and I don't do too many push-ups. I need to do more push-aways, but I did push-ups. I did push-ups with the 47 millimeter,
I do
and
push-ups. Just take your watch off, man.
but it was still comfortable. It's like where that thing is,
Yeah.
the crown guard is like in the perfect spot of your wrist.
Yeah.
And so to me, that was like my thing is like, don't spend too much. Know that you're going to spend more than what you think you're going to spend. Create a budget. As I save up now, I'm losing money on this, but as I save up, I stash my money someplace else to where, hey, you know what? When it comes across, I have a list of watches that I already have, and I learned about other watches. I learned about fashion brands that people poop on, like Hermes, Louis Vuitton, and seeing that they have these high horology type things. Chopard and Alpine Eagle is a very nice watch, but you come across all these, and I wanted to ask Mike because you said something about like, hey, I don't sell watches either, but for me, almost everything in my life is negotiable, right? Like if you
Oh
come
yeah.
with stupid enough money, like my Rolex, you say your wife is Jamaican, I'm Jamaican, so the reason why I got the
Nice.
Air King is because it had the black, gold, and green on it. That's
Come
the
on,
reason why I got the Air
brother.
King,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So I'm
Come
always
on.
represented.
One love. You done though. That's it, man.
But if somebody offered me 25 grand for it, hey, you know what? I got me a titanium yachtmaster now. I'll flip it into something else that I want, right? So that for me is to enjoy the journey more, not to
Yeah.
focus so much on the destination. I mean, I do have Grail watches. I'm already shopping for my 50th birthday watch, which is years down the road, but I'm already shopping for that.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
and to me, I've met so many people with watches. I've met so many. It's opened so many conversations, so many doors. And it's once you get past the gatekeeping snobber, and that was my thing. I don't believe in being a gatekeeper, right?
Mm.
Even when and you said like as an infantry officer, if you're taking command of people, especially your first time, you have to depend on inputs from trusted sources,
Everybody.
right? And that goes
Yep.
both ways, up and down. And man, I tell you what, I've learned so much about watches, of the enjoyment, and it made me enjoy even some of the watches. Like I said, I have a Fossil watch that's almost 30 years old, and I just enjoyed looking
Still
at it.
rocking. Still rocking. Hey,
And go ahead, sorry,
I guess there's another question I have for y'all. What was you guys' first watch?
Cool.
Mike.
I just did a video on it actually. Um, no, when you say first watch that you decided I'm into watches with, or first watch you ever got?
First of all, the fact that you asked that question shows that you're thinking through the nuance. I will let you define the answer and then give the answer.
All right. Okay. So
That's
it's
a
two
Tyree
pronged.
response, by the way.
First watch I ever got, like I can remember back in, I don't know what grade you guys would call it, but I was like 6 years old at school. My mum bought me the original Timex with the white face. I don't even know what it's called. White face, black indices, black handset. It must have been about, I don't know, it must be a 32 mil. It's tiny. My
Easy
first
reader, probably.
analog, yeah, probably like my first analog ever watch. I remember going to school. I remember being so proud of this watch, and I remember the teacher saying to me, "You probably can't even read the time." And guess what? I couldn't read the analog time, and it annoyed me so much that watches became my focus. But forget that. Fast forward onto 1994.
Is it something like one of these, by the way? Is it one of like?
It's yes, like that one. Oh my days.
Yeah.
Daisy
It
Reader.
is
First
like
of all,
that one.
my knowledge of Timex, goes deep.
That's crazy.
Keep going.
1994. I was at college with a group of friends that literally started the drum and bass scene in England. Reinforced Records. I'm actually wearing their top some of their merch right now. Reinforced Records started with a guy by the name of Mark, and he's a very good dear friend of mine. Actually, he's my daughter's godfather, and they had a tour to Japan, and they came back with these G-Shock DW002s, and the watch just blew my mind. It was like everything anime, which I loved at the time, still do. And I thought, man, I gotta get one. But they had brought them back from Japan, so obviously I wasn't going to Japan for it. So went to the local jewelers, and didn't they just have a DW002, not in the highlight colors that they came back with, but in a gray and black. To this day, I have that thing. It's in the cabinet. It's on its third set of resin, and it's now severely under resin rot. I couldn't even bring it out because it would probably
Wow.
crumble. But
Oh man.
that was when I knew I was into watches big time, because that watch started my love for G-Shock, which just escalated. After I got into G-Shock, that was the beginning of the end. So 1994, that was.
Oh man, that's incredible. Hey, look, I'm a youngin in the game. I don't want to make you feel old, but
I don't mind, man. I don't mind. Dude,
I
I just celebrated my 57th birthday this
Happy
month, so
birthday.
I
oh,
don't
oh,
mind,
you
man.
looking good. You
Thank you,
looking
bro.
good.
It's my
No,
wife. It's my wife.
look, like, black don't crack. You know what I mean? We aging like
Come
fine
on.
wine.
That's
Hey,
right, man.
hey, I was about to collect my first year of life in 1994. You know what I mean? I hadn't
Ooh.
gotten to my yeah. I'm 93 baby. You know what I mean? But
Oh
hey,
wow.
I got some years to catch up. You know what I mean? I'm
Dude,
still learning.
I have a G-Shock older than you. That's sick. That's
Hey,
sick.
hey, I got a whole box of Timexes older than me, so it's all good. You know,
Cool, cool.
there's something special. I'll be rocking a watch older than myself, and I'm like, you know what? That's pretty dope.
Yeah,
That's pretty good.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's nice, man.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm young enough to my birth year watches are still generally modern. So
Nice, nice.
Neo
It's all
vintage.
about the
Neo
journey,
vintage.
right? It's all about
yes,
the journey. It's all about the journey, right? That's the whole thing about this watch thing. And like you say, no gatekeepers. I kind of call it brand snobbery. There's none of that. I've got everything from G-Shock to this Panerai. I got my first fossil this month from a co-worker who she went on vacation and knew I was into watches and brought me a fossil back from vacation. Like,
yeah,
and
that's
it's a
awesome.
lovely watch. It's a lovely watch. You know, I wouldn't have bought it, but she brought it back for me, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna rock this.
And because
Go ahead.
that meaning means something to it. You know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
we talk about love languages. Acts of service. You know what I mean? Someone took the time to be on vacation, to purchase this thing, to put it back in their
Exactly,
luggage, to fly back. Like, bro,
exactly,
you can't put money on that kind of like appreciation.
exactly, exactly.
It's
Like
powerful.
that's the whole thing, man. I mean, like she's one of my managers at work there, and she's like, "Oh, I need you to open. I need you to open it now." And I'm like, I can't do it now. I'm at work. I want to go home and prepare to open it.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if you guys are like me, but if I get a package, if I get a watch in the mail and I come home, I'm not ripping that mail open. I'm not ripping it open. I'm like, I need to get in, do my stuff, get my dinner and stuff, and relax. And it's a whole thing, right? To prepare to
Yes.
open this box because it needs to be celebrated. Every single one of them needs to be celebrated, right?
Hey, if my phone camera was working, I literally have to my right a stack of things that I haven't opened. Cause like, if it's a strap, if it's a box, like I'm
Yeah,
I'm gonna go through the whole
yeah,
thing every
yeah,
time, and
yeah,
it's like a special. So one of my more
yeah,
recent ones, actually, I, one of my more recent ones, and I'm gonna walk over and grab it. I had been hunting, like I call myself a hunter. I've been hunting this watch for probably 2 years.
wow,
And I had an alert set up on my phone to find it. Let's see if I can get it here. And I'm working on all my technical things here.
Oh, nice. Have you
That-
unboxed?
Yeah.
Have you unboxed it already, or is this a live unboxing?
I've not shown the world. I
Ooh,
unboxed it for me and then put it back into the box.
okay.
Hold on a second,
Now,
y'all. For the first
y-
of 2026, this is the first watch you're seeing right now that Tyreek going to go on
hey,
the channel. The first watch
hey,
for
hey,
2026.
this is
Not his time, but everybody else's time.
Yeah, yeah.
y'all time is my time in my heart.
That's what it's sounding like.
Um, so this was an April Fool's joke done by Timex. Yes,
No way.
they
25th
made
hour.
a April Fool's joke. I forgot how many years ago, and they were like, one of the issues that people have is that they don't have enough time in their day. So we created a watch that has more time, and it is a watch that is a 25-hour watch. Hopefully it comes into focus for you guys.
Yeah.
But I was so curious on how they made a 25-hour watch that I was like, I have to get one. And when I
Oh, that's
got it,
nice.
the answer was actually so much more simple than I expected. There's just two different hour indices. There's the inner hour indice that everyone can see that has the 25-hour on the top. But if you actually look really closely around the edge, there's just a regular 12-hour indice around it. So
That's
yeah, just a,
crazy. That's
yeah.
unique.
But it's such a just a strange watch
Is there a
that I was
nickname
like,
for
I
that
need
watch?
this. The 25th hour is what it's called.
That's official name.
And
Like we need to give it a nickname like the Man on Fire.
Hey,
I wish you had
I
more
haven't
time.
named it yet, but I will say, to find this watch, I had to type in so many different eBay alerts because I had to have the
Yeah.
25, 25th. It's spelled out on the box. But yeah, it took me a while to finally get it, but I'm glad that it ended up working out. And there twice it had come up and people were trying to sell it for like $700, and I was like, I like it, but I don't like it that much.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
but
That's
I
me and my
eventually
Moose watch.
I eventually got it for a reasonable price. I don't remember how much I paid. I paid more than I told my wife, but less than $500. So
Yeah. Nice. Nice. Yeah.
So do you guys go to anything like a Red Bar or oh sorry, before I ask that question. Just like you, my first watch that I can remember is a Timex Iron Man, and this is probably
Mm.
early '92. I want to say it was the one that was kind of gray and peachish, pinkish. And I can tell you this is '92, '93. One because it had Indiglo on there, right?
okay,
Indiglo.
so
Yes.
yep, yeah, it's like Indigo came out
And
'93.
two, I knew I was running back then, so I was running cross country back then, so that way that I can do laps and times off of that. But like I said, it was because they had two. They had one that had a teal, I think, and then they had one that. Okay, let's see if I get a nostalgia flashback. Here comes
Oh,
Loki with
All right.
controlling the timeline.
Let me see if I can help. I might be able to help jog your memory here.
Oh my gosh, Gerald
So
probably has it in his
I had one of
collection.
those that looks like the one in the middle, but
Oh,
that
right
wasn't
here.
the one I'm talking about. That wasn't the first one. I had one of those because I think
Yeah,
those are the higher
this is
end
the
Iron Man.
91 92 reissue. This is an original from 91 92. Um, this is like the same. This is like 94 ish time
No, it wasn't
frame.
that one.
Okay.
Like I said, I had
This
that one right there in the middle, but there was another one
Okay.
that's like I don't want to say it's an Iron Man Sport or whatever. It's the for those that because there was a true Iron Man like those.
Okay.
Yeah, something along those lines.
Okay. No, I was like, unless you had one of these bad boys.
No, that looks high
Okay.
speed.
Hey, look, high speed, low drag is how I like to keep it because,
High
hey,
speed low drag.
hey,
Nice.
look, my Flicks collection, you know what I mean? I got the tan, got the regular, got the black, got the James. I actually have 3 of the Jameses.
The James is
Hey,
nice.
in honor, the G-Shock, I had to see how Timex's version of the G-Shock turned out. You know, it ain't G-Shock, but it's Timex, you know, it's a little thing, but yeah.
That looks like the
I told you,
DW003 model, the G-Shock from
yeah,
the early days. Yeah. Late
I, I,
90s.
I think Timex tried to like step into the field and realize, hey, that's not our spot. We gonna let
The
Casio
light.
run that. We gonna go in.
Nice. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I see you. I see you.
Yeah, this one.
yeah.
The only reason why I bought this, Mike, because I didn't notice it was a thing. Because this has the paddles or whatever you want to, the
Yes.
vibration paddles.
Yep. Yep.
And what's cool about this is that it's designed to be like a bug, so it uses low battery, but you feel it on your wrist a lot harder.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. It's a
do
good
you guys go
alert.
to?
Yeah.
Sorry, do you guys go to like red bars or any watch groups or watch meetups? Like when you looking for just a community and or to have watches, different watches for content.
No, Worn and Wound came to Vancouver. I went to that and it's pretty cool. I think it's here every year. I've only been to it one time, but apart from that, I haven't really been to watch meetups. What I have done is met watch enthusiasts from the community who are, who've come to visit the town, come to visit Vancouver, and we've said, hey, I'm here, blah, 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 do you want to meet up? And I met guys in hotels and that, and we just like nerded out on watches, and I brought a couple of mine, and it's just been a cool thing to do, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I think for that kind of thing, like it's not in person, but What You Seek is awesome for that. Like I joined What You Seek in 2010, and I'm still there now, and like it's just the awesome platform for like meeting
Hmm.
like-minded people, of all watch types. That's the big thing, all watch types.
It's
I like that.
I've actually not. I've like dabbled in Watch You Seek, but I haven't been like a consistent part of it. Same thing like
Hmm.
Watch Crunch. I like dabbled and then kind of left it from there. For me, what actually made me a collector was kind of like that happened at the same time. The Timex fan club on Facebook. It is one of the nicest group of people I have ever seen in my life. They are so kind and just so different from other watch spaces. Because I had joined, once I got into collecting, I joined a Tudor group, I joined a Rolex group, and I joined an Omega group, and I joined a Timex group. And I was like, all right, let me kind of cover all my bases here.
Yeah.
And the Rolex group was full of,
Rolex owners.
flexing. Yeah, yeah. Tudor group actually had nice people in it, but then they randomly had Rolex people who would talk about how they were just poor. And I was like, all right, they ain't trying to get studied on. And then the Omega group had a lot of Bond things in it. But the Timex group, what I loved was you had people who were out here trying to get, the Galley series, which is, for $500 to $1,000 is a lot of money for most people. Like,
Yeah.
especially for
Yeah.
something that your phone can do. But you got people too who was like, hey, bro, I'm trying to find a deal on this $30 watch. And I was like, you know what? I like this spread that we got going on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? People were like, hey, yo, the Amazon has a sale right now. And I was like, this might be my people. But yeah, I fell in love with the group, and from that, it helped me fall in love with watches even more.
That's nice.
But what about you though? So I'm assuming you be going to Red Bar events. You know what I mean?
So I got introduced to my first Red Bar event in Orlando with a joint with Red Bar Orlando, Red Bar Tampa, and Red Bar Miami. Obviously Florida. I mean, there's a lot of watch guys, right? So what's cool about, I would say, about Florida, and apologize if I say this against your channel, there's a lot of non-traditional looking watch owners. If you think of the NFL, you look at every NFL stadium, Atlanta's NFL games look totally different than everybody else's NFL games. Okay,
Yeah.
and I'll leave it that, right?
Yeah,
And that's Miami, Orlando, Florida. They're everybody has like.
I just want to
cool.
give a quick shout out, Maxina. Thank you so much for everybody who has to go. Love you guys. Happy New Year's. Appreciate everyone who's building the chat. Obviously, we're still talking, but thank you guys. Maxina, have a great night. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, chat.
Happy New Year. All right. Yeah. So it's like, and there's so many headquarters down there in South Florida for a lot of the brands, and their state headquarters or their national or U.S. headquarters or whatever. And so from Invicta all the way up to like Cartier. But I tell you what, like once a month I have a cigar watch meetup here, and we smoke a cigar for 2 hours and we talk everything watches, right? You talk about an enjoyment, about somebody looking for a $30 deal, right? Like I found it. Like this is one of my favorite watches. I found this Expedition on Facebook Marketplace for $5, right?
Hey.
And
Wow.
And this was one of the hardest watches I've ever bought mentally because I didn't want to buy a $5 watch that didn't work.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and I knew, and I was talking to a photographer, and me and him are smoking a cigar, having a old fashioned, and he's like, dude, he's like, LD, the drink that you have costs $25, right? He's like, buy the
On the
$5
watch.
watch, and he says, if it doesn't work, if you put a battery in it and it doesn't work, I'll pay for the watch for you, right? So he took away all the risk, and I tell you what, this is one of the few watches that I've bought that I've like. I like changing straps and bands. Whoever had it, wore it, right? Their sweat or whatever. I know this sounds nasty, but their sweat or whatever broke this in perfectly fine.
Hey, a win's
And
a win.
and this is one of my travel watches. The lume on this is amazing. I mean, it lasts for 37 seconds, but for that 37 seconds, it is bright, right? Like
So
Timex.
you talk about the struggle. Hey, so on my quest to collect them all, like Pokemon for the Ironmans, I'm telling you, I look everywhere, and I have got. I'm gonna say about 5 times where people have the wrong listing on the size. I'll
Uh-huh.
grab one. I have bought so many women's and children's Timex Ironman. My most recent one was this one. I guess I can go ahead and hit the camera.
That might
I
have been
was
the one,
like,
the one
yeah,
I was talking about.
yeah. Hey, I was so excited for this watch, and I was like, yo, this is about to hit. I have a small wrist, but it ain't that small. Uh, so my daughter's collection grew by one today.
Yep.
So
Yep.
yeah, yeah. I mean, my oldest daughter, she loves watches, and so yeah, she every time I buy the wrong size, she just gets one more watch. But
Yeah.
yeah, man, I'll go back and forth too because I'm like, all right, you saying 40, I'm gonna give you 35, and then I get it, and I'm like, oh damn, we need the right size. All right, cool.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
mean, and people meeting you halfway across town for a $5 watch, and you're like,
Yeah.
like, come on, the gas costs more.
Yeah.
Uh,
Exactly. Exactly.
but like, no, that's the. I believe in the groups. I would say this though, and I may come out to. There's a photographer event I think in April in Kansas City.
Oh,
On that side,
come
I don't know
through,
if you're
come
on
through.
Kansas City's side of, or like Wichita that side or whatever, or but
I'm on the Kansas. I mean, and you in the Midwest, everything's in driving distance.
oh, that's what Iowa State tried to tell me when they were saying, "Oh, we're only 6 hours away from Chicago and 4 hours away." I'm like, that means you're in the middle of nowhere, right? I mean, so
Yeah.
no, but I believe in the watch meetups. I will say this: I took my wife to New York, so it was a trip to Times Square. I went to Watch Time, which is really the high horology side. I'll say that, even though G-Shock was there, Casio was there at Watch Time, and Casio was also at Wind Up, and so Timex was at Wind Up. I think Giorgio did
Yeah, they
speak at
were.
Wind Up.
He did.
Um,
So I actually got an invite to come meet Giorgio Galli, and they gave me the invite too late, and I was like, dude, I can't drop the money it would take for a plane ticket and hotel and stuff, and I was like, all right, well.
Get the
So
next
hey,
flight.
next year I'll be back. I might be at Wind Up. You might see me out there with my boy Giorgio Galli.
It is worth it.
Nice.
And then there's two other watch events which I didn't know. There's like a that goes on like pretty much on the same block across the street from there. And with the exception of Watch Time, the rest of them are free. And so the I was impressed by the line, like to go in. Now I think most of those were trying to get the studio underdog, but there was like a 3 hour wait to go in the first day um, of the line. It was
Oh,
just ridiculous. And but once you got in there, like you get to go hands on, like you said, you get to meet a lot of the owners, a lot of the founders of some of these micro brands. You get hands on. Some micro brands that you really thought that you would like, you meet them, and you're like, okay. And then some others that would surprise you. I would say this: Mon surprised me. Echo Neutral surprised me. Um, there were some other ones that really, really did surprise me of what they did. Uh, and even the bigger brands, like I said, Casio had a huge display, in my opinion. Timex had a nice corner. Casio had Casio like the whole history type thing of the G-Shock,
Yeah.
Mm,
and then they had
love
another
that.
display, and then they were at the other thing. So to me, I think that to get your spouse, especially if they're not into the watch collecting, just to at least be familiar with what you're talking about. It's like getting your spouse to come to you like your first military dinner, especially like if
Hmm.
you're meeting your CO or whatever, and you're having dinner
Yeah.
at the CO's. Like, they meet the other spouses and all that stuff. To me, that was what going to watch time and wind up.
Mm,
Um, I will say
You
nice.
actually
this.
just made me think of a really interesting kind of watch, not watch related. Mike, how'd you end up in Canada,
My job,
being Jamaican?
well, job at the time. So I'm
Okay.
British born, as you could probably hear from the accent.
Yeah,
Um,
I
and
was
I,
just
I
thinking about, I
thought
was
you're
like,
from
oh
Birmingham, Alabama.
what? No, bruv, it's England.
yeah.
But yeah, so I worked for Xerox in England, and ended up coming to Canada to continue working for them. And I continued to work for them for, well, basically from '07 till 2023. So I did 25 years with Xerox.
Oh wow.
Um, Went into management, managing technicians, and then one of the guys who left Xerox went to a cash in transit company by the name of Brinks, and
Oh,
asked me if I
okay, I know
want,
that.
yeah,
A small
asked
company.
me if I
Small
wanted
company.
to, small company,
Yeah.
yeah, asked me if I wanted to come over and manage the Vancouver branch. So that's what I do now. I manage the Vancouver branch for Brinks.
I ain't gonna lie, when you said a cash in transit, I was like, I don't even know what that means. And you said Brinks, and I was like, oh, exactly. I know exactly what that means. All right.
I try not to say the name, but I kind of get it that it's not one of those companies that it's talked about quite a lot. So I
Yeah, yeah.
end up saying the
Once
name
you said
anyway.
it, once you said that, I was like, oh yeah, that the
Yeah,
Brinks truck. Yeah, that's
yeah.
famous right there.
I don't
And
drive
then
the
later,
trucks
man.
though. I don't drive the trucks.
Okay,
Yeah,
let's safer then.
I manage the guys who drive the trucks.
And then late, I'm assuming you're from Florida. Is that why you went back after military, or?
Well, I grew up here. I grew up mostly here. I've lived like all over. So, but like Florida, I consider home, especially for tax purposes. IRS, if you're listening. Um,
Yeah.
no, but my wife is
Hey,
from
IRS, I'm about to be a Florida resident, so.
right. Like my wife she's from the Tampa area, so we came back for family. Came from here from San Diego, and I loved California. I love the West Coast.
Happy New Year, by the
But
way. That's my alarm telling me Happy New Year.
oh, Happy
Oh,
New Year! Go kiss
dude,
your wife. Hug
you
your
saw
kids.
your New Year in on your live.
Yeah. Hey, this is
It's
where I need
it's
to be at. You
it's
know what I
first
mean?
and second loves at the same time. Like,
My wife's asleep.
We still have 2 hours to go here.
Oh
right.
yeah. I guess you far west. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're as west as you can get. Any more western, you're in the ocean. You're in the Pacific.
Oh man.
We
So my first time going to Canada
Go
was in
ahead.
Fredericton, which is the first time I found out there's a time zone east of Eastern. So
Yes, yeah,
I,
that's the
I
other
I
side
learned
to
that up in
me.
Alaska. Like I didn't know that there was another Alaska. Like Alaska had their own time zone past the Pacific.
oh
That
no, yeah, I
Yeah,
honestly low key anything above Missouri is too cold. I almost didn't go to West Point because it was in New York and I was cold. I was like, dude, I can't wait to go to Florida. But okay,
dude,
going back though.
it's still too cold, man. It's still too cold.
Yeah.
oh no
Hey,
no oh
how's
no
Florida
wonder you
right
took
now?
that. No wonder you took that Annapolis loss personal. Um, it's cold. It's cold in Florida, by the way.
It's cold in.
It, I,
Okay, so what's cold in Florida?
It is tonight. We have an Arctic blast. So tonight I had to put on a hoodie, and no, it's 30. It's in the 30s, and like down here in Tampa, it's in the 30s and the 20s down here, and then like in Orlando and North, it's going to the teens.
all right, no, that's cold. No, that's cold. Yeah,
I mean, I'm still gonna be wearing shorts in that weather there, man. Seriously.
But see, hold on a second. You in Vancouver? I've been to Victoria in November in shorts.
Yes, I started out in Victoria, and yes, it's very mild over there. They get
hey,
a chill rain.
The difference what water makes, right?
Yes, huge
I went to
difference.
Ottawa I went to Ottawa in
That's
October or
cold.
Oh, it's
November.
cold there, man. It's cold there. Oh yeah.
I so
Mm.
it was I was in college. Me and a friend, we walked from store to store just trying to stay warm. At one point, we went to a
Yeah.
women's clothing store, and they're like, "What are you doing here?" And we're like, "Look, our coats are not built for this. This is the hey." But I will say, they had the best syrup I have ever had in my life. Oh my God, there was which I had never heard of, a syrup stand, and there was a guy who had just different types of syrup,
Wow. Okay.
and we were taking shots of syrup. Oh my, it was
So I
wow.
hate to tell you, it
Uh-huh.
wasn't syrup, it was crack.
Hey, I was fiending. They had me shook. Look,
It's like,
and then I did a year with the Marines out in Quantico, and we had a Canadian exchange officer, and he would I don't know the name of the brand, but it was syrup that was in a can, and that was the best. That was like the second best syrup I've ever had in my life. Like he came
Okay.
home from Christmas. He gifted us all syrup in a can, and
was it
I don't even
Molson?
be eating pancakes like that, and I was eating pancakes
Wow.
every day.
Was it
Yeah.
Molson syrup?
Look, I
Molson
need to text you.
syrup. That would be the
Let
beer,
me
right?
It was a
Oh my
yeah.
God! Hey, I don't know if you guys saw the chat. Our boy down in the lane down under. It's 32 degrees Celsius there right now.
That is hot.
Absolutely not.
That is
Yeah.
scorching.
Yeah, I don't even know Celsius that well, but I know if it's a 30 and it ain't bearable.
I know once it goes over 3, because when we pull into Dubai and it'd be like 41, 42, 45, we're like,
Yeah.
oh, like,
Yeah.
so 30s is warm.
I
Yeah.
was in I was in I was in Jordan, but I was in Qatar in the winter. It was so fucking hot. It
Yeah.
was we could only work out at night. So like I would go for my runs. I mean, I was working on a reverse schedule anyway, but like get off work at midnight. I go for a run at 2 o'clock in the morning, and I'm like shirtless, just sweating my body, just dying. There was like one time where I was not on the night shift for some reason, and I went out at like 10 o'clock in the morning, almost died just trying to find my car. It was so hot.
The worst part is when you
Yeah.
try to take a cold shower and you turn on the
Mm.
cold and it's still like 80 or 90 degrees coming out of the water.
Because the pipes are hot. That's crazy.
Or somebody had a car with leather seats, which I was like, who would do
Yeah.
that?
No. No.
M- Dude,
No.
I put a blanket down,
Yep.
was like driving like this, trying to like not burn myself. Oh, it was yeah, it was
So,
a
so I'm going to
dangerous
tell you
thing to
about
do, man.
hoarding. So when you talk about your first watch, you mentioned earlier, and like I said, I got my fossil out there, but for the longest, I didn't wear this because this is before Amazon and before YouTube and learning how to fix it, your own end link and buying your tools and doing all the stuff that we take for granted now, like everything from even changing out a battery, right?
Yeah.
I had this Tissot and I had this, but I couldn't find the watch. The watch and the box wasn't together. And
Oh.
so then I get into and this was in storage somewhere, and this was in storage somewhere, and then I get into the hobby, and everybody talks about watch boxes and papers, boxes and
Yep.
papers,
Yep.
and
Books and
so
papers.
and in the photography type thing, my wife used to ask me, she's like, why do you keep all these boxes for like lenses and boxes for, cameras I don't even have anymore. I have boxes for and manuals. And I'm sitting there like, well, somebody's going to want to buy a box,
Hmm.
right? So they
Yep.
can sell a camera or whatever. And this is what tripped me out. And I haven't looked at a Tissot in a minute. So if any of you guys have a Tissot or have looked at Tissots, I got a question to ask. Do their boxes, because this is a lower end Tissot, this is a PRS, right? Are their boxes still similar to this where, and I thought this was a trip, the manuals, like it has a drawer type thing for the
Oh wow.
manuals,
Yeah.
and then this was like for their 150th, I don't know if that pulls up well,
Nice. Yeah.
but
Yep.
that is where it had all the books in there, and this was, I thought was pretty nice for I think it
Mm.
was
Oh,
maybe $300 for this thing at the time,
Yeah.
and like even if that. And so,
Okay.
and I know this is early 2000s, like I said, late 90s, early 2000s, when everything was overbuilt. Um, this is a chrono diver. So it's a chronograph with 200 meters of water resistance.
Nice.
And it's ISO rated too. It's actually a real ISO rated. And I'm sitting here like, then you learn not to push your pushers underneath water.
Yeah.
But do they still? Have you guys been around and still see things like that now? Like, because with the exception of my atelier, no offense, Tyree, with the exception of my atelier, Timex boxes for the most part sucks.
Oh no, they kind of, so the only Timex boxes, with the exception of basically the stuff that has Galley's name on it, the Galley 1, the Galley 2, S2 titanium, Tillier, the there's a random selection of watches that actually have a slightly nicer box. It's typically some of the Waterbury. So like there's like the M79s. I won't say that they're nice. They're just nicer. But generally speaking, no, Timex, their boxes are not known for being special. They do have a lot of like limited edition boxes, and like
Mhm.
I collect everything Timex, so I have a gigantic collection of Timex boxes. So there are a few that are cooler than others, but generally speaking, most of them are just the regular thing. And then now they put the sticker that you can't eat batteries on it, which just ruins the box too. So, uh,
But you can't eat
but
crayons. Let the Marines know.
Yeah.
hey,
The so Mike, like I think I asked in the chat, when you are selling or not selling, how do you decide which watches that you're gonna have? Like I guess, like I said, in the river or in the stream, like this is a watch that I don't mind getting rid of for another watch, compared to
Man.
this is mine that it's never leaving the collection.
Okay, that is a hard one, but the easiest way to answer that for me is the two rules I have are never sell frogs, never sell Magretti. Now, you touched on this earlier on with the regards to the collection keepers. I have this phrase that I say, and it's silly because I need to stop saying it. This one is a collection keeper, and I've said that so many times to watches that have not only gone, but they've gone, come back, and I don't mean like I bought it again from someone else. I bought that watch back, like contacted the seller and said, "Hey, listen, you still got the watch? I want to buy it back." Bought it back and then sold it again. Right? It's madness. Don't ever say this is a collection keeper. Like I struggle with this one because this was a grail, so it should
Right.
be a collection keeper. But when you wanna, part of it is the channel as well, because although it shouldn't be, the channel is part of it because you do want to keep turning things over. And some of the
Mm-hmm.
time, the most lucrative way to turn things over is to sell a watch. Sell a watch, buy a couple more, or sell a couple to buy one, right? So I've got a lot of watches that, well, I don't have them anymore, that were collection keepers and now gone. It's a strange thing. The only thing I would definitely say is the Frogman and the Magrettis, they are here to stay. I never even consider those because they'd be so hard to get again. And it's the thing with the Frogman is I got bitten early on in the collection where bought the Frogman, I bought a couple and really liked them. And then actually needed the money for something else. My dad was coming over from England. I wanted to, have some money like to take him out, showing the sights of Vancouver. I thought, okay, I'll sell a couple watches. Sold the Frogman and regretted it every day for like 2 years until I went to buy them back. They were 4 times the amount I
Wow.
paid for them. It really hurt, really hurt. But I got
And
them
see, I don't.
back.
No, I don't want seller's remorse because it's like, because I
Yeah,
think there's an
that's the hard
automatic
thing.
frogman too, right? A mechanical frogman. There's like one, or
There's a
or one with hands. Where there's one with hands and everything else is
there-
digital, right?
they got, well, it's either or. You have the digital, which is the original Frogman. They were all digital, and they worked into the analog Frogman now. And then you have the MRGs, which is all analog and like high up. But either way, they're always expensive, always exclusive. More than likely JDM, right? It's hard to get them from anywhere else. As in, when I say JDM, they're all JDM, but it's hard to actually buy them from anywhere else but Japan,
Right.
unless they're coming over secondhand. But yeah, it's just so hard to replace them when you need them again, you know?
And that's kind of like there's a watch that so there's a watch that I want, but the version of the watch that how can all right. So I want a Cartier diver. Is a
Hmm.
Calibre de Cartier diver that most people don't even know if they saw it. What
Hmm.
introduced me to it is there's a blue two-tone one that is here locally that I came across and instantly fell in love with it. While
Hmm.
researching it, there is a black version that is ADLC coded, right?
Uh-oh.
With the gold two-tone, which is usually, and most of almost everyone I've seen have been in either Hong Kong, Singapore, Japan, right? There's like one or two that's here and they're on crack. Like I can get a trip to Hong Kong, Singapore, Japan for what they want here, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But the price that they had the one here for was such a attractive price, and it's a jeweler, but this watch has been sitting there for a while. It had been sitting there for a while.
Yeah.
It's such an attractive price. I was like, but if I had got it, I wouldn't have been able to get my Rolex. So that's where I was at.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, I went back to go get it. They had sold it. Well, they hadn't sold it. It had transferred to another store of them, in which I saw it today or yesterday, and I was like, ooh, I want the watch. And so now I'm like, but it's not on my list for this year. That's the problem. And and I'm sitting here like, well, the price is so good that if I was to sell it, I should get my money back. But then on the same note, I'm one of these people, if they're having such a hard time selling it, how long would it take me to actually sell it to get
Exactly.
my money back? Right? There's always a
Exactly.
buyer,
Yeah.
right? But
Yeah.
it's like the Panerai, I think it's the Luminor with the California. I think it's a Luminor, um, with the California dial.
There,
It
there,
has the Roman numerals.
there are Luminor like with the California dot. Like mine's a Luminor and it just has as you I don't know if you can see.
So it's not the
Just
Luminor then. It's the other case, the regular square pillowcase without the
Radimir?
gloss.
oh
The
No.
Radium
yeah.
Air, the Radium Air,
Yes. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Beat me
the
to it, Terry.
Radium
Yeah.
Air, Radium Air.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm in love with that watch. I am in
Yeah.
love with that watch.
So that
And,
doesn't have the crown guard. It's just got
no,
the yeah, I know what you mean. Probably
and,
47 mil as well.
and the thing about it is that I'm also in love with the Cartier Drive. And see, and I wear dress watches more, and so I saw a 38 millimeter radio mirror, right, and with the white dial that was really good on the wrist. See, there you go. You putting this. This see, this is NSFW, not safe for wallet. You're putting this up on two. That's exactly.
That's what you call the
That
candy
look
right there.
good.
The eye candy.
That
Right.
I had to put that one on the save for later right here. That's a
Like when I
hey
tried
look
that on,
everybody, my birthday in April. If anybody want to
Yeah.
throw a little change at your boy, come on now.
if you go to a boutique and you sit through, like it's just like Hermes. Hermes have a Slim de
Yeah.
Hermes watch that is annual calendar that is
Mm,
absolutely classy. It's a classy watch, and you
yeah.
flip it over and you see the movements and everything. And a lot of people don't know like these movements are from like Gerard Perregaux and all these
Yeah.
other higher end. They're like, oh, it's just a fashion watch, and
Yeah. Yeah.
they get snobby about it. So that's
Yeah.
what I was trying to figure out. It's like, well, how do I? Because I have two watches right now, three watches. And most of the watches I get are limited edition watches, like how Tyree talked about the Lighthouse and flipping.
Mhm.
Um, would I flip it? I would, but I wouldn't. I don't want to. I would flip my moon phase Noah though, the tank Noah, because I don't wear it. My wife wears it
Mhm.
more than I do.
Yeah. Oh,
So
you can't flip
that's
your
where.
wife watch. Nah, you dirty. You grimy. You can't be flipping the wife watch now.
No,
Mm-mm.
no, it's my watch, but just like married life, all my watches are her watches,
Mm, yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So and
No,
and, and
dude.
and me and Mike have the same wrist, a 7 3/4 wrist, right?
Yep.
And
Yep. The
and
big
and to
boy
me, like
wrist.
this is a 42, and to me, I feel that this is big, even though I do wear 43s. But because I'm used to like the dressier, slimmer, flatter watches, the I don't go too big, and she has like a 5.5 inch wrist or something like that. She has a really small
And
wrist.
she's wearing your watches.
She'll wear the smaller watches, the dress watches.
Okay.
Right. She'll wear like
Eh,
because I have a couple older 31s and 33s. She'll wear those.
Yeah, yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Mike, does your
Okay.
wife wear your watches?
She doesn't wear my watches because I buy her watches. Like
Okay.
everybody in my family is a watchaholic because of
See,
me.
that's that flex. That's that
Yeah.
flex right there.
Yeah, man.
She
It's
don't wear
easy.
mine because I
Like
buy her one. She give me
birthdays,
the.
Christmas, like watches. My daughter has a baby G collection that I'm showcasing right now, one by one, and it is to
Eh,
die for. And she's hard on her watches. She wears them like they're supposed to be worn. My son the same. He has a nice G-Shock collection, and he's actually had a hand-me-down from, oh man, that's got to be from '98 when I got married. I got a Maurice Lacroix, and I cannot wear that thing now. It's probably 5 mil thick. It's a 36. It's got Roman numerals, and you can't see the hands properly because the dial contrasts with the hands. But for
eh,
his wrists, perfect. So he wears that now. And then my
I
wife,
love that watch on my
baby,
wrist, man. That's
yeah, dude, seriously,
right.
it's a nice piece. But like
Like
as for my wife, everything G-Shocks, Raymond Wild, Cartier, like yeah, they all like watches, man. So they don't have to touch my watches.
Speaking of wives, I probably need to get off of here and go lay down with
yeah.
my wife. Uh,
Yes, yes, bro. It's
hey,
been nice.
but this man, we got to do this again. This for I don't know about
Yeah,
for y'all, but this was incredible for me, just to
yeah.
be able to like get to talk to the people. You know what I mean, and just be able to share this moment. And hey, Mike,
So
we
let
got to do some collab videos soon, man. Just you let me know. We got to figure something
awesome.
out.
So let me tell you,
Yeah.
Tari. So like, it was a couple of days ago. Um, your videos came across my channel, my feed, sorry. And when you ended, I like the polished aesthetics, and I liked what you were saying about watches. I like the topics, and then you ended with God bless, and I was like, that's my boy right there. So I had to subscribe, and then I showed my wife. My wife's a pastor, right? So
Mm. Oh
that
wow,
helped
that's
as well.
incredible.
Yeah, she got her dream. She landed her dream vacation. She became a pastor um, three
It's
years ago. So
amazing.
it's awesome. So then that whole thing just made me wanna just follow you and stuff. And like I just came in from watching Avatar 3, like
Ooh.
awesome film. If you're into it,
Okay.
that's fine.
I was
But
gonna ask,
it's
is
an
it worth
awesome
watching?
film.
Okay.
It is
Okay.
awesome. Just came in and literally sat down, was flicking through, waiting for like some dinner and that, and then I saw that you were live, and I'm thinking, oh man, I gotta get on live with this guy. It doesn't matter who's on. I got to. So here we are. That's how it happened.
Hey,
So you know,
the the Lord works. Actually I'll share it with you because this is like a kind of a crazy story. Anybody who makes it to this point of rewatching the replay, like they
Well,
are a real one. So
well,
I don't
Scholar
care about
dropped
yeah,
in
revealing.
by the way. Scholar came in and said hi,
It,
so I just want to throw that
yeah,
out there.
I threw him in. Scholar's a man. So I had mentioned kind of like some of the stuff I've been doing with the nonprofit. So I had met with them. I helped them get their YouTube channel going, and then when I came home, I was like, God, like I feel like I can do more. I just don't know how. Like I was like, I don't
yeah,
know what I
yeah.
can do. Like, like I ain't got enough money to keep throwing. Like I'm losing money on this. 3 hours later, I got a phone call from someone who was like, Hey man, I got a business deal I'd like to work out. Maybe I can pay you some money for it. And like we're still working through that, but
Yeah.
if that goes through, that'd be enough money that I need to help pay for getting them an editor and getting all the stuff. And I was like, look,
Nice.
the Lord don't make mistakes. He don't make
No,
accidents, and it always works out. And so,
that's right. That's
uh,
right.
and
That's right.
then also my pastor, my daughter for Christmas, my kids had communion for the very first time.
Oh,
We went to go,
Congrats.
nice.
yeah, we visited
Yes,
my
man.
adopted mom. We had church. My kids are 4 and 7. My 4-year-old
Nice.
immediately drank the grape juice. Just off rip. She didn't wait for a prayer. She said, "Oh, juice, got it."
She was
She said,
thirsty.
she she was the
Got
first one
drugged.
at the Christmas Eve. She said, "Oh man, I've been wanting one of these for years."
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, yeah.
but
That's
my older
awesome.
one, we sat down and we like talked about it, and I was like, "Hey, this is Jesus, buddy." So that that was Christmas Eve. Today
That's
she's like,
awesome, man.
so she's like, when I go to church, can I get the bread again? And it's like, I was like, hey, I was like, what is it? She's like, well, we don't have to drink his real blood because we get juice. And I was like, all right, you have the general concept, I guess.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
she's like, oh yeah. She's like, also, you need to baptize me. And I was like, you want to get baptized? She's like, you do it. And I was like, I mean, like,
Wow.
I guess I could. There's no rule against it, but like, I feel like you should like let someone else. I was like, also, do you even know what it means? She's like, no, I just want to do it. And I was like, yeah, we're gonna wait,
That's
baby. We gotta.
awesome. Well, the
but
seed is
but
planted, right? Seed is planted.
yes,
So that's good. That's good.
yeah. So
And
for
as
me,
you say that, my wife has pastor baptized my son last year. My son's 21 and I've got 24. She's going to be 25 next month as we
that's
crest into
incredible,
January. And my wife baptized him with another pastor at our church,
man.
and whilst when he was 21. So it's such a blessing, man. Seriously, it really
That
is.
probably had to be an amazing emotional moment for your wife as well to like
Oh
be a
man,
part of that and like, man, I,
it,
I
it
would
was.
I would have been tearing up.
I can't even explain it. You know, it was like just to see them go through that, and it's their choice as well. You know,
Hmm.
yeah, it was amazing. I'll never forget it. I'll never forget it.
If you ever get the chance, I said I was getting off, and here we are talking about the Lord. We talk about the Lord. You can always go longer. Uh, when I was in Jordan, I had the opportunity to go to not only Jesus's baptismal site, but they offered the opportunity to be rebaptized in the Jordan River. And so I got baptized probably 400 meters from where Jesus was baptized.
In the
It
Jordan
was
River.
such
Oh my
a
gosh.
powerful experience. I will say though, I it could have been the Holy Spirit. It also could have been because the water was absolutely freezing. Um, definitely had a shock in my soul going through that, but it was one of those things of like, man, I wish like the military gives you so many cool experiences and it's like sometimes it's
Yeah.
like so hard to explain, but yeah,
Hmm,
we went to the baptismal site, we went to where Elijah like ascended, uh we went to the wilderness. It's called like in the Bible it said the wilderness. Modern day I was like, hey, that's not very far from, like, I can see Bethlehem. It's not that far, but I guess
yeah.
when you're traveling on horseback, 30 miles is a long way. But it was such a cool spot, and we ended the day on Mount Nebo, where Moses saw the
Wow.
promised land. Yeah, it was
Very
just such
cool.
a cool experience.
Hmm.
But man, yeah, that's awesome knowing your wife's a pastor. So yeah,
Yeah.
hey,
Yeah.
if she ever got some verses I need to work in here, keep me up.
She's always got verses, always, man.
I,
She'll see stuff in like movies and say, yeah, and translate it for you. She's like that.
I've been I try to, like, whenever I get the chance, I'll slide a verse in, or sometimes usually I try to be like, hey, this is the verse I'm talking about. But every now and then I'll say it without saying it, and like people who know, and other people don't know. Like, oh man,
Yeah.
that's a really good quote. And then they Google it and they're like, oh, that's Proverbs. Like, hey,
I love that, man. I love that.
yeah,
I love that.
yeah, but
Keep the God bless in your signature. That's awesome, man. More of us
yeah,
need to do
I
that.
will do, man.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, definitely.
speaking of, man, hey, God bless you guys in the new
Yes.
year. Thanks so
Bless
much
you
for the
too, man.
time.
Yeah.
Everybody in the chat,
LD,
thank you
bless you.
guys
Yeah,
so
chat. Bless
much.
up. Bless up.
Look forward to seeing you guys again. And
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
always end my videos the same way. I ain't gonna be able to end it as smoothly on this one because I don't know what the buttons are. But every person, every watch has a story, and I thank all of you guys for spending this one with me. I wish you, your families, all a blessed one. So, hey, God
Thanks
bless,
for
guys, and
thanks for helping 25 end like this. It's the best way
hey, man,
possible.
great way
Happy
to end it, y'all.
2026.
Yes, let's
Hey,
get it. Let's get it.
let's get it. Hey, God bless and peace.
God bless you guys. Peace. Take care.
Peace.
Eh, where did it go? Where did it